It's a muggy 90 degrees here at kickoff, but much cooler than it was last year at the Battleground Classic. I'm here with Chuck Cusimano, and we're looking forward to another great landmark football season kicking off tonight.
Yeah, you call it the Battleground Classic. I called it was at Memorial Stadium on August 23rd, but I called it the Heat Bowl.
The Heat Bowl.
Yeah, because I'm surprised we didn't have a few more heat strokes or something going on down there. It was brutal. I think the on-field temperature was like 104 degrees, they said at one time. The feels like, I don't even want to guess. I know you sweat all the way through at least two sets of clothing. And I did I rewatched the game last night. The difference between last year's team and this year's team for Heritage Christian is their starting quarterback last year was not playing, so we'll see a little different offensive look. And after they played us, they actually went and lost in the first round of the playoffs to a really good Cavalry Day team, which lost in the semifinals or maybe the quarters, and to 21-7. So it wasn't a blowout. They actually are a pretty darn good team, a lot better than what we saw. I think we had 3 plays from scrimmage or maybe 5 plays from scrimmage, and we were up 21-0.
Yeah, we certainly came in with what you would call the Vince Cobb advantage. Our guys were in great shape, ready for the heat, whereas I think Christian Heritage the entire time, coming from the cooler mountain air down to Columbus, suffered from the heat. They had a much heavier team, and several guys going out of the game to get rest. We even had an official go down in the game before from the heat.
And they were wearing their black uniforms like they are tonight, and we were wearing our light white uniforms. I don't know if that's I know it's by design tonight because we're away, but it really worked to our advantage last year. So we're here in Dalton, Georgia, the home of carpet.
Yes.
Right? It's
carpet
the
capital of the world.
Carpet capital of the world, Shaw Industries, and every other carpet company. And, of course, we're playing on a carpeted field, which seems very appropriate. They got a nice AstroTurf stadium. Do they still call it AstroTurf, or is it just called turf?
It's called Field Turf.
Field Turf.
Field Turf.
Because the original AstroTurf from the Astrodome, that little thin stuff on concrete, that's no longer around. So we have a great stadium tonight. It looks like Landmark is traveling well. Most of the parents are here with us tonight. You'll be able to see that on the broadcast. Give you a little history about Christian Heritage. This is only their 3rd season playing GHSA. Now, I heard they played in the Christian High School Football League. I didn't know there was such one.
I know there's a Christian High School Football League for 8-man because several schools in the South Metro area have played in that, won their state championships or even national championships. But I did not know that there was maybe a Christian league for full 11-man football.
So apparently they played something in that. And then starting in 2012 was their first season. They actually had one game in 2011. They won that one game. And then in 2012, the current coach, Pogue, P-O-A-G, he started coaching with them, and he's been with them ever since. His son plays on the team. Last year they were 5-6. Their big year was 2013. They were 8-3. If you remember that, they actually had a run of 8-0, and then they kind of stumbled a little bit like we did going into the playoffs. Actually, Coach Pogue played right down the road here at Dalton High School, and then he went on to play quarterback at NC State.
Yeah, for years, Dalton High School was a big power. Their coach retired back in 1996, and haven't restored the same glory. And also, Southwest Whitfield and other schools in the county opening up as the area just kind of boomed in terms of population.
Mm-hmm. Their big school record, Christian Heritage, of their overall, they're 19-14. What's amazing is they're 8-8 at home, so they have a better road record than they do home record. So that's good for us tonight.
Yes.
And if you remember last week, I told you I think we play better on the road than we do at home. But sad to say, we play better at home. At home, we're 80-55-1, which gives us a .592. Away, we're 75-52. But it said neutral territory. Neutral territory means you're away, right? Even if they call you the home team, you're not. It's your home stadium. So I think anything you're not playing at home is away. So if I take those two and add them, my math tells me we actually have a better away schedule than home. So there we go.
Well, just looking at those numbers, we had some great scheduling because over the time we've got 8 more home games than we've had away games over the years. And so somebody worked something out so we could not travel as much.
I didn't notice that. It didn't work out for us that well this year. Good for us, I guess, because people seem to tune in better on the broadcast when we're away. And as you know, we'll be away 6 games and home for 4 this year.
All right, getting a text in that our volume's a little low. So trying to fix that. If you hear now, let me know. Michael Johnson, we thank the alumni from 2 years ago out of the University of Georgia for letting us know that he needs a little more volume. He's getting a little older in age.
I got 2 bags of Skittles here, so I think we can crank up the volume whenever we need it.
Oh, yes.
And I'm eating them. I shouldn't be eating while I'm talking on the phone.
Well, Chuck, last year you talked about the traditional high school run-through, Christian Heritage.
They're killing us.
Yes.
They hopefully the camera can catch this. They have a big blow-up lion. They run through a tunnel, and then they got a 2.5-story banner. We'll have our traditional 1.5-story banner. Captains tonight, we've got to mention this is the first time we'll see our captains. I think we have 6 captains this year, but only 4 allowed out on the field at any given time. So I think the coach is going to rotate them. Can you make out the numbers of our captains?
I can tell that Stockton McGuire is out there, number 14. It looks like number 70, which isn't on our roster. It looks like Stephen Badowski, though. And then number 88, Taylor Snyder, are our 3 captains for tonight. So Stephen Badowski, usually wearing the 79, going to be wearing big 7-0 tonight. And it looks like Landmark has won the toss and elected to receive.
I think number 70 is Drew Anderson.
Drew Anderson?
Yeah, I can tell by the way he runs.
All right, so Drew's usually in the 50s. He's usually 58, so he's 70 now.
Yeah, that's going to mess things up tonight.
Yes. Yep, there's Stephen Badowski in 79. I can see him.
Yeah, I've watched Drew Anderson play since 5th grade. That's this senior class. They've all been playing together, the ones that are still here, since 5th grade. And, you know, once you get that little strut going, that certain kind of walk, you just kind of don't lose it.
Well, here comes the smoke on both sides.
Wow, everybody's smoking it.
Christian Heritage busts through the run-through, and here comes Landmark.
I think that's the most smoke I've ever seen Landmark have at one time. Something was impressive there.
I think it's the thin mountain air.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit harder to breathe out here, but the lower pressure lets the fire extinguishers emit a little bit more. Well, the War Eagles are on the sideline. Coach Blunt getting his kickoff return team ready.
We're working all kinds of technology tonight. We have more devices up in the press box than ever. I'm not sure if that's better or worse. When we started years ago, is it our 4th year now on the broadcast?
This is your 4th year on the broadcast. This is my 3rd.
Okay. And back then, it seemed like all we had was just some smoke signals and a camera. And we used to travel with 1 bag. Now we carry 2 big suitcases. We got a team of people that help us. Upstairs we have Lori Swords and Katie Kusaman on the camera. Who else is up there with the Landmark?
Philip Stevens is up there working technology for the coaches as they record plays in their huddle system.
And what I'm a little nervous about is right above my head on the roof of this trailer, it's really a single-wide trailer sitting on top of the bleachers here, is Dr. Badowski. And he gets a little animated, and I can feel the whole thing shaking.
This trailer does rock.
Oh.
Back deep for Landmark is number 4, Lofton Tidwell.
Wow.
On either side of him, we'll find Kyle Ferguson and Joey Blunt. Here comes the kick from number 2. That's Heath Hardaway, a monster of a kicker, and he boots the ball back. It's going to come down on the 9-yard line, and Lofton fields it nicely, finds a hole, breaks a tackle. He's at the 40. He stumbles, and he gets out to the 45 before he's brought down, and he has some energy in him tonight.
Wow. I thought it was amazing that Drew Anderson's kind of the up back there. So if they kick it short, Drew, who's a lineman on offense and defense, is catching the ball. Or do they just tell him get out of the way?
Probably get out of the way.
Okay. I think I'll do a shout-out for Pop, Big A Anderson. He'd love to see Drew catch the ball. He still tells me every time he comes in the stadium, Drew can play quarterback. And I'm sure he can, Pops.
Maybe Drew will make the opposite switch that his dad made.
Yeah, exactly. He goes from lineman to quarterback.
Coach Anderson went from quarterback to lineman. Drew could go the other way. Stockton in the shotgun with Lofton to his side. Up back is Zach Stone, number 13. Stockton, who we didn't see run last week, goes to take it, but he's dropped quickly by the defensive end, number 16. That's Seth Hutchinson, the senior, with a big stop early. Well, Chuck, we talked a little bit that Stockton wasn't moving the ball, and first attempt, they drop him for a loss.
Yeah, and Christian Heritage was at the Walker game last week. A large percentage of their team, they traveled all the way down to watch us play. So they have a good idea of what's going on with us. We don't have any game film on them at all. We don't know what they're going to bring out.
Well, Blunt and Toomer down at the bottom of your screen, Lofton in motion for the bubble, and Stockton just lets it fall out of his hands, and now that's the second play for a loss in a row. Stockton now -9, 2 for -9 in rushing.
Yeah, I was listening in when Coach Brantley was giving a little pregame talk to the players at the 50-yard line when we first got here, and he said, if we get up 14-0, I don't want to see anybody let down because this game is not over. He says, we're playing in their home field. He goes, we're away, and he goes, and they're fired up, and they want to win and don't think. He goes, and conversely, if we get down 14-0, don't give up. And so far, we haven't looked great coming out.
They sniffed that screen out. We had Lofton coming in on the jailbreak screen, and that was number
65.
65. Hunter Chance, and just by chance he doesn't take that into the end zone. We're lucky there, and now Landmark's going to punt after 3 plays and out, 9-yard loss.
Wow. That was probably the ugliest series I've seen from us in many games.
Well, we got Stockton McGuire back to punt. We didn't really see a punt during the scrimmage. Coach Brantley ran his full set of 10 plays. Here comes the snap. Stockton takes it. Nice low drive kick. Number 1 fields it at the 30. He makes a move, shakes number 2, but Peyton Hayes slowly catches up with him, and number 85, Dylan Gabrielson, finally brings him down at the 44-yard line.
Well, now we got to answer. You can't let them get some yardage here. Clearly, they're fired up. Their team's bouncing on the sidelines. They feel like they got something going here. And coming off a 5-5 or a 5-6 record last year, hey, they lost in the first round of the playoffs, and we lost in the first round of the playoffs. So you can kind of say we're even though we beat them early in the season. I think this is going to be quite the game. We just need to settle down and see what we got coming at us.
Well, the Lions come out empty, and we're in a 3-3-5 defense, which is certainly ready for this. And there's going to be a false start on the receiver, number 20, Devin Smith, for the Lions jumping early. They're going to move it back 5.
Well, I think that was fortunate for us in a lot of ways. They had 3 guys down here in the trips, and we just have Camden out, and you got Peyton, but the safety isn't coming all the way over, so they're flooding our zone.
Yes. So do you understand this defensive scheme now that you can tell who's there?
Yeah, I understand it, except I'm not sure that we understand it. Because the quarterback looked like he was going to launch it as soon as they hiked the ball, and they're flooding our zone.
Well, now they're under center with split backs. Landmark showing blitz on the top side of your screen. Quarterback takes the snap, runs the veer. He keeps it. He finds a yard of grass.
Uh-oh.
He's got lots of room in front of him. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, and it's going to be a touchdown as he runs 60 yards and scores. Almost the opposite of what we saw last year in Columbus, Georgia.
Yeah, first play from scrimmage last year, DJ Brown goes 61 yards and scores, and that's pretty much how we look. And they had the ball first, and we snuffed them in, so it's almost an exact role reversal.
Well, I tell you, the speed of the game for Landmark, they're going to have to play much faster than they did last week. This team makes quick adjustments. Great footwork there by the running back, by the quarterback, actually, for the Lions.
Oh, blocked by number 8.
Joey Blunt comes through with the big block and is going to keep it at 6-0.
That might be very important later on. So number 2, Heath Hardaway, they put him down at 6'2", 228. He might be one of the bigger kickers in single A.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing he's 228.
Yeah,
sometimes you just have to wonder where these numbers come from when you look at a kid.
Yeah, you see a guy, he looks like he's 130, and they put 185.
Yes.
And then you see a guy like him, number 2, he looks at all of 245. But, whew. Well, I think what happened there is, they came down the line. It was turned in well. Yes. Which you want, but there was nobody there to pressure back and tackle. And once he got in the secondary, we were done.
Yeah, we have no film.
Yeah.
You got to wonder. They saw the 3-3-5 and wondered how well could we play the veer? How well can we play option responsibility if we haven't practiced it? And so we didn't really see veer from them last year. You watched the film last night.
Right. There was no veer. So we talked about it. I talked about it with my son, and I said, hey, how are you guys going? He goes, well, Dad, he goes, we don't know what they're going to run. We're just preparing for what we can, and if they come out with something different, we'll adjust as the game evolves. But I don't know that we wanted to adjust after giving them a score.
Well, I tell you, no one adjusts better than Coach Robbie Ross, our defensive coordinator. Lofton's got the ball 25, 30,
another hole
40.
Up the middle.
He's gone.
Wow.
He's at the 50. One guy
he's
to beat,
gonna
that's the
outrun
kicker. The kicker's not going to catch him. He's at the 10, 5, and he answers. Landmark touchdown.
Woo!
90-yard kickoff return by Lofton Tidwell. Kind of silences the Lions as Landmark's back on their feet and back in the game.
That was almost identical to the last kickoff. There's a big hole in the middle, and one guy got him. But I'll give number 2 credit. I didn't think he was even going to get a shot on him, and he made a diving attempt there.
Well,
Lofton, I think they underestimate the speed of Lofton. When he sees that hole open there, he squirted it through.
And it's not the Tidwell speed, it's the Fouts speed. I got the family tree from his father, Jack, and it's all Fouts coming in.
I don't care where it came from. I'm just glad we have it.
Well, I would expect, with the way that Lofton is running the ball, that the next time we have a series, the ball's going to be in his hands. He's ready to play.
Carson King, Mr. Automatic, puts another one in. If you remember, in the Walker scrimmage, he only got the kick the first time. And then we had Connor Malbacker put up like 6 or 7 in a row.
Oh, you wouldn't said the word. Now the Mollies are going to be texting
the Mollies.
in.
I thought it would be the Malbacker Backers or something. You know, I had a better one. We have a new nickname tonight. I did some extensive research. I only have a few new. We're going to have to introduce them as the season goes on.
We'll bring it on as it happens.
Okay, you want me to wait?
It's a starter, right?
Yeah. Well,
so
yeah.
We're going to call his name sometime tonight, and you will get
it's
the
Wicks
nickname.
Patton.
Wicks Patton. All right, so this is what we'll do. Chuck has the new nickname for Wicks Patton. If you can text in and guess what it's going to be, we have a prize for you.
Yeah, we do have a prize for you. Text in, tell us what you think it's going to be for Wicks Patton.
That's Wicks Patton, number 5, who's playing split out for us this season, coming off the hard court. Had a great season last year. Landmark basketball went deep into the playoffs. Stockton McGuire is teeing the ball up there in the middle of the 40. Stockton taking kickoff duties. He can certainly boot the ball. Didn't get to see it much last year from his ankle injury, but he has now recovered.
Yeah, the 9th grade year, they squib kicked him a lot. 10th grade, he started kicking deep, and he put several into the end zone, and this one is going in the end zone. Beautiful.
And that is a weapon. No return there. 5 yards deep. And so the Lions are going to take the ball at the 20-yard line, 80 yards from the end zone.
I'm not sure people know how important being able to kick it in the end zone in high school is.
Yes.
Because typically with the speed of the game and everything, even if they don't have a great return team, they're going to get up to about the 35 or 40. But always getting them back to that 20 if you can is really doing it.
And the key thing in Georgia High School, you cannot return it out. So all you've got to do, ball across that plane, there is no return.
Well, after a couple offensive plays here, we're going to go to Cameron Dobbs, on our sideline reporter, and she has some pregame interview questions with Coach Brantley she wants to review.
I did talk to Coach Brantley earlier before the game, and a couple questions for him. And I talked to him, and he said he knew that Christian Heritage would start off with a really strong offense, and that's obviously what we've seen tonight. However, he was not sure about their defense, for it was unknown, and they were not studied up much on that. So looking for a great game tonight and just trying to take it step at a time, keep all the players in, and no one gets hurt, hopefully, on this great night.
Thank you, Cam.
Well, Lions go empty on that first play, pick up 11 yards. Now the quarterback in the shotgun, split backs. They ride the zone. Running back number 1, that's Nasir. Nasir takes it 9 yards. So Nasir Porter picks up 9 yards. He's a yard short, second down.
Yeah, right now it looks like our center of our defense is where our weak spot is. If they get in just a little bit past that line of scrimmage, and they're not going in the hurry up, but they're going no huddle.
Well, one thing that's hurt us is something that helped us last week, and that is Kenneth Terry's attack mentality. Yeah. He's coming up a little too much on the field, and that hurt us both on the veer and on the zone.
Yeah, they're actually playing against our overcommitting.
Here comes the snap. Another zone read. Dylan Gabrielson trying to chase it down. Having trouble getting it from the backside. Nasir pretty fast. Picks up the first down, and he's run out by Blunt, number 8.
Well, the Lions, their offense is obviously churning tonight. They haven't made too many mistakes except for some penalties. They feel like they have a good game plan so far. Whatever the coach has scripted out in the first 10, 15 plays, it's dialed up well against us.
Well, he scripted out a variety of looks from empty to the under center, split back veer, shotgun read. You got to wonder how many different plays he has, and then Coach Ross, once he's got those, will be able to shut it down.
Well, all the offensive players, the specialty players, are wearing wristbands. If you'll notice, the quarterback calls it. All the receivers are looking at the wristbands, so they got a pretty good number of plays here.
Zach Gentry makes the catch on the inside of the slot there. They pick up 3 yards on just a quick pass. Landmark defensive line already getting their hands on their hips is got a pretty good tempo coming from the Lions.
Yeah, they're trying to come after us early. Taylor Snyder in on that last tackle, he mobbed that guy after he called it. Mugged him.
Quarterback under center with the split back. Here comes the veer again. Quarterback keeps. He's got more than a yard of grass. And a big play there by Joey Blunt as he comes up and cuts the quarterback off from the outside. Saves what could have been another touchdown.
Yeah, Matthew Drury in on that play. I didn't know Matthew was in on that series, but I just saw him run off the field.
Okay. Who came back in for him?
Was it Caleb Cobb?
Was it Caleb Cobb?
I believe so. Coach Ross might be calling some of the guys out to do some deeper explanation of how they need to play here, because we've had so many different setups here. It's a lot. You look over.
We've got open space over here as they go trips to the bottom of your screen.
Wide open.
Quarterback looking to roll. He's got a coral route. That's number 11. Makes the big catch. Fights off a tackle.
Fumble.
They're going to call it down.
Yeah.
That's Luke Mosley, who's listed as a freshman. He has got quite some height and speed for a freshman. Ran a perfect curl route and sat right there in the zone.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt us all night, because when you run 3 guys out and we only have 2 in coverage, I mean, somebody's open. We had some pressure by the linebackers, but it was from the wrong side, and we just couldn't get them to get rid of the ball quick enough. I know Coach Ross has told the linebackers you don't dive on your blocks for punts or extra points, and the same thing on sacks. You keep your
Run
feet.
Through.
So sometimes you wonder, why didn't the guy just jump on him?
Tyler Cooper takes the snap, runs the veer, he pitches to 7, and number 9, that's Stone, shows up and drops him. Stone, first time we've seen him tonight, but we're going to need big work from him out at the safety position.
Yeah, good loss of about 7 yards on that one. That's the kind of stuff we need on the pitch. You know, you live and die by the pitch like that.
Well, the quarterback seemed a little unsure about where his pitch guy was. His pitch guy kept pretty good phase, though.
They got the short side of the field towards us. Even the linemen are checking the play.
Lions with the numbers on their helmet. Gabriel Santeri and Drew Anderson down in the D-line. Quarterback rolls again, finds the smash route. That's number 21. No, number 20 with the catch. Devin Smith again. They're going to be just shy of the first down. Going to end up being 3rd down and about 5 to go here.
Yeah, big 3rd down.
Big 3rd down for Landmark.
That play is a design, I wouldn't say a design weakness, but that's going to be open in this defense most of the night.
Yeah, we're going to have to get some pressure on that roll or contain it in order to keep him from hitting that flat. Well, got only 2 receivers top of the field, split back in the shotgun. They've been running the zone out of this look tonight. Man in motion. They're going to throw to this side. Nope, quarterback sweep as he tries to hit this edge. He runs through. He's just carrying tacklers as he runs fast and high. He's brought down at the 10. First down, Lions, and they're knocking on the door.
So Matthew Drury just comes in and gives Caleb Cobb a spell. Looks like Coach Ross is running them back and forth. I don't know if he's trying to explain the defense or we're just swapping out linebackers.
He's not only trying to explain, he's trying to understand what they're seeing out there. He doesn't have the pictures above to know what's going on. And so, what did you see? Send the next guy in, find out what he saw. And you fortunately for us, we have smart enough players to come off the side and tell him exactly what was happening.
So first
Here
and
comes
goal.
Quarterback rolling again. This time he's going to tuck it and keep. He's met with tacklers, but he's got some legs because he drags tacklers, and it's finally Camden Cusimano that brings him down, but not before a 2-yard gain. Now they are inside the 10.
Yeah, that's the 3rd time now we've made initial contact with the quarterback, and he's good for another 4 yards after we hit him.
Well, he certainly would have been a game changer last year if he had been playing. So second down. Signals coming in. They're showing horns on the sideline. Wondering, we got horns and we've got two receivers, top and bottom. Number 18, the quarterback, Tyler Cooper, waiting for the snap.
You got 4:20 to go in the first.
Here comes a little blitz from Landmark, it looks like. Pressure's in his face, but he finds a seam in the middle, breaks 2 tackles, falls forward, and now he's at the 4.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do. We don't want to chase him out of the pocket.
Well, we had him dialed up, and he met contact at the line, but he is just a beast running through there. No fear.
Yeah, when you start doing the veer and him rolling out of the pocket like that, it's tough because you almost don't want him to get scrambly on you. Well, they're eating some clock now, waiting for the play to be called in.
3:43 here left in the half.
And the lines are
7-6 Landmark.
It's about 3rd and 2. Oh, same thing. Oh, there you go. Who was that?
Cobbs hold him. He's just driving, breaking tackles left and right, and finally he's down. No gain, but
Terry had him for a loss.
Whole lot of effort. Big number 2, Heath Hardaway, coming in to try the field goal. It's going to be a 22-yard shot.
I'd like to see another block come in.
Joey Blunt on the block earlier from much the same distance. Blunt's at the edge again. They're going to throw a flag.
Something on the defense. On us.
Looks like
Landmark. It's pointing our way.
Looks like they're saying we lined up offsides. If that's the case, it's a killer. No?
Yeah, it's automatic. It'd be first down, wouldn't it?
Well, it's going to be half the distance to the goal. It's going to be close if they move it. It's going to be 4th down and less than a yard. Decision time for that coaching staff. They blow the whistle in, and Big 2, Hardaway's still in there.
He's timeout.
Yeah, timeout. That's a
That's
wise
call.
decision by the coaching staff here.
That's too close.
Heritage. You've been pretty solid, picking up big yards, and even when you've gotten stopped, it's almost just, I don't know, the quarterback just broke one less tackle when he did.
Right. I think with the momentum you have and the situation you have with your quarterback being able to get a few yards, it's only about 1.5 yards.
Yeah.
I give it to the quarterback, let him see what he could do. He's been their best player on the field so far. Even if he comes up short, you got Landmark pinned back.
Yes.
If you get a field goal, you're only going up by 2, and that doesn't make a significant change in the game, I don't think, at this point.
Absolutely agree. Once you call the timeout, you're committed to go. If you care to call the timeout, come out and kick the field goal, it's going to let down.
Yeah.
And so here, you're absolutely right. It's as long as you hold on to the football, don't have any big mistakes, it's win-win.
Yeah, and given the first couple series, I mean, if you think about it, we had the kickoff return, but that first series wasn't a barn burner for Landmark. You put them this far back in their own territory, it puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Stockton's had a couple mishandles early, and makes guys worry. I don't want to drop it. I don't want to do anything wrong.
It could put Coach Brantley back in the zone, quarterback wedge all the way down the field.
Exactly.
Well, they're under center. The quarterback, I think he's just going to sneak through.
Yep.
And he does, into the end zone, and touchdown. Gaps were open, and he just stepped on through. It's now 12-7 Christian Heritage.
That's a big.
2:47 left to go in the first quarter.
Big offsides for Landmark. And that was really a mental mistake. It wasn't we jumped offsides. I think we just lined up offsides.
Usually, you're not going to call a kid early in the season for lining up offsides. You're just going to ask him to move on back. Well, Hardaway coming in for the extra point now. 2 yards closer than the field goal he didn't get to attempt. Kick is up and through. And it's a nice solid kick. It's good. Landmark now down 13-7.
2:47 left to go in the first. If you just joined us, we're here in Dalton, Georgia, the carpet capital of the world. And the game started off with a Landmark running the kickoff back up about to midfield, about 45. 4 not so great, at least 3 not so great plays, and we had a forced punt, pretty good punt return, and then Christian Heritage just wore us out.
Yes.
Just drove down there and scored.
Well, Lofton is the only person that's put really any offense for us, and that was on the kick return. I look for the ball to be back in his hands on this kickoff if he doesn't have a repeat.
Yeah, if I was the kicker and it looks like he can put it about where he wants, I think I'd be kicking to one of the sides.
Yeah, I'd be kicking to Ferguson, or this time Toomer is back for Blunt. Blunt probably getting a breather after a big defensive series. No, Blunt's in the middle. So maybe Lofton getting a breather, getting ready to tote the mail, so to speak.
Yeah, that's what Coach Brantley says. We're just going to give it to Lofton and hammer it.
Here's the kick from Hardaway.
Oh.
Squibb across the ground. They definitely don't want to return again. Ferguson gets it at the 18, brings it in. He's going to try to cross the field. He does a little dance. He's at the 20, and he's at the 23. Well, Ferguson, again, last year had a little bit of trouble with the ball squirting out. That time it squirts out after he was down.
Mason Wallace picked it up. Yeah, sometimes we get a little too horizontal, not enough vertical.
Yes.
And I know Kyle, he can turn on the afterburner.
Well, Landmark coming out to the huddle, and I don't know. Do you see Lofton in the huddle?
I don't.
Well, I see Lofton. I don't see Lofton on the sideline either. We got some nicknames for Wicks. General Patton from our own Will Yancey.
Let's see.
Lofton heading to the locker room.
He got hit hard and he might be thrown up, they said.
Well, we'll have to get a report from Cameron Dobbs there. That's certainly going to be a drawback for the Landmark offense. Ferguson back, takes the handoff, makes a change. He's got good speed. He breaks through into the secondary, and he's dropped at the 40. 16-yard gain as our first positive yards from offense for the War Eagles.
And Kyle is a little smaller of stature, and if you look at a lot of the pro running backs now, and even some of the colleges, those guys of his size, they're good at maneuvering, and they kind of get low, and you kind of lose sight of them.
Yeah, and I don't want to make general comparisons right now, but that's the Barry Sanders effect. You've got quick feet, hard to find behind the lineman, and then they break through.
And they just scored out.
Zach Stone in front of Ferguson this time. Stockton's going to try to push the edge, change his field. He's got a corner. Number 1 comes up, and he goes low and drops Stockton for a 2-yard gain. Now it's going to be second down and 8 Landmark.
Second down, War Eagles.
Well, we've got receivers going in and out as Coach Brantley tries to adjust his game plan. Those of you who've just joined us, we just got news. Lofton Tidwell went to the locker room, hit hard and throwing up. We're hoping it's not a concussion, that he's able to return. Wicks Patton at the bottom of your screen, Bunches at the top. Stockton under center. Makes the calls. Takes the snap, and here's Ferguson.
Oh.
It was just a little counter play as Stone came across and kicked out, and Ferguson's feet got caught up underneath him. Now it's third down and about 5.
Yeah, and we're playing on turf, and and we're not used to turf. We don't have, most of the guys don't have 2 sets of shoes, and I don't have turf shoes. They have, grass type spikes, so it's going to take a couple times for them to get used to this. But, yeah, that was one of those little jumps, and he just got his feet caught up on his lineman, or he's probably got first down.
Snyder in at fullback. Bottom of your screen, you got Luke McLean. Hand off to Ferguson again. He's got lots of room. He's got great speed. He breaks past 1. 1's the only thing stopping him from the end zone, and he drags him down at the 28. I don't think they're quite ready for the speed of Kyle Ferguson.
No. He's deceivingly fast. He just kind of squirts.
Yeah. I think one unfortunate thing for us is he's breaking towards Nasir Porter's side, the fastest guy on their team. If he would just break to the right once, I think we might get all the way.
General Patton I just think that's funny.
I wonder if Will Yancey's ever seen the movie with George C. Scott standing in front of the American flag, and if that's the image of Wicks that comes to his mind. Caleb Cobb in now, giving Ferguson a breather. Wicks down at the bottom of your screen, bunch to the top. Toss to Caleb Cobb as he tries to run to the edge. He's got a little bit of a corner. Shoulder comes down from number 20. Devin Smith, and he drops him, but not after Caleb picks up a good 6 yards for us. 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, you put Ferguson and Cobb, and they both have very quick feet. Same thing. If Kyle holds on to the ball, Caleb holds on to the ball. That's been the only detraction with them, is not having good ball security. They can score some touchdowns.
Yes, they certainly have the speed, and I think it's actually a bit of a changeup. You got some movement coming from Ferguson. He has quick feet, moves side to side, and Cobb, he's just running that 200 as he goes around the corner. Into the first quarter here for here in Dalton, as Landmark trails 13-7, but they are knocking on the door.
Don't forget to send us a text. I just got a phone call. I wasn't able to take it because I had my headsets on, from Al Hogan's grandmother. So thank you. I don't know, does she go by Grandma Hogan? I'm not sure exactly what, but I had her programmed in as Al Hogan's grandmother. So try to send us a text there, Grandma Hogan, if you can. If not, call me back and I'll take the headsets off and we'll chat. Going into the second quarter, we got a battle right here.
We do.
I mean, this is nobody's game here. It looks like Coach Brantley's got an idea of what we're working on. They haven't been able to stop us significantly at the line of scrimmage at all. No. If we keep the ball on the ground and we keep running off tackle like that, it looks like, except for a few times, we're good for 3 to 5 yards every time, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if this is the way we're going to play it, let's burn some clock.
Yep. The longer we're on the field, the more time our defense has to figure out what's going on.
Right.
Keeps that offense, which is so high-powered against us right now, off the field.
And I do believe if you look at our offensive line versus their defensive line, us being on the field longer is going to win the game.
Well, Landmark comes out in a 2-tight set. Toomer at the top of your screen, and it's going to go wedge. Coach Brantley trying to pick up some quick, easy yards. Gets 3, and then Stockton's able to stretch for another half yard. It's going to be just about a yard shy. Nope, going to put it about a yard and a half shy. 3rd down here for Landmark. You got to think Coach Brantley's thinking 4-down territory here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially down by 6. He's not kicking a field goal.
Sorry to disappoint all you Mollies out there, or if you're a Mr. Automatic fan. I'm pretty sure that we're going to play both plays here. Hopefully pick up the first down right now. Links Patton at the bottom of your screen. Toss to Caleb Cobb as he tries to run wide. Number 8 shows unable to make the tackle. Caleb Cobb's got a corner. And let's see, that's number 80, it looks like, that makes a big stop.
Oh.
But we've got multiple flags on the field. Seth Roberson's the one that saved the touchdown.
I was number 70 down. He was on the ground. I didn't see a Landmark play around him except for, I didn't really see anybody there, but they were throwing flags.
It looks like from the position of the flag that it's hitting away from the play. Maybe a player that was, I can't remember the GHSA term for a player that's not involved.
Yeah, they got a big referee huddle going on. And it's early in the season, and the refs might be saying, hey, this is how we're going to run the season.
Personal foul, Landmark. That certainly hurts.
Oh, personal foul, both sides.
Oh, offsetting. I guess somebody hit somebody, and somebody hit back. Fortunately, it didn't get into a scuffle.
Yeah, personal foul against Landmark here pushing us back would have not been good.
Yes. Well,
I don't know why is it coming back so far, though? Something that isn't right here. We were out of bounds at the 2.
Big change this year in GHSA rules is it used to mark back 15 and then go forward half the distance depending on how it was called. This year they do offset, and there's no trouble with it inside the red zone.
I don't know why Landmark moved back 20 yards in the huddle. I think we got confused where the ball was going to end up.
We're trying to get a little momentum coming out of the huddle.
Run up to the line.
Going to get a little winded here.
Yeah. Boy, Caleb's looking good tonight on those corners.
Kyle Carrera, the center, getting ready to snap to Stockton. Here comes the quarterback sneak, and he's in.
Oh,
Landmark gets the touchdown, and now it's tied 13-13, waiting the extra point for Mr. Automatic.
So the Lions run their quarterback sneak for the touchdown, and we come back and answer with the same play. Opposite side. I don't know how you can't run behind Al Hogan, Steve Badowski, Drew Anderson,
Kyle Carrera,
and Wilkie, Renzi Wilkie. I mean, it's got to be one of the bigger lines, at least in height.
Yeah. Which is a benefit to Ferguson running behind all that height.
Good thing Stockton's tall. He may not be able to see over that line.
And this is Malbacher in for the extra point. He puts it up and through, and the Mollies are screaming in Atlanta.
No, it's 26, wasn't it?
Oh, is it? Nope. I fooled all of you.
Yeah,
I
Carson
fooled all
King.
of you, and so is Carson King, number 26. I don't know. Carson's looking a little thin down there. You look a little small. I guess Malbacher's 92, 91,
Correct.
91.
All right, so, boy, that extra point's starting to play a little into it. 14-13, and we have 10:50 to go in the second half. If you just joined us, I hope you didn't. But we're up here in Dalton. It is muggy, it is hot, and we're playing on some green carpet up here in the carpet capital of the world. Dennis Wilson, Chuck Cusimano doing the live broadcast for you. If you're listening in from for Christian Heritage, we welcome you to the broadcast. And we do our best to be fair and equitable to both teams, call names. If we butcher up some of them, we apologize. They didn't give us any phonetic spelling or phonetic pronunciation on them. But we do know how to root for our Landmark War Eagles. Stockton McGuire on the kickoff, who coming back now after almost a year of not kicking.
Yes. Late in the season, he'd gotten his duties back.
His last one was in the end zone.
5 yards deep. This time it's up, and it's long, and it's well in there.
Beautiful.
About 2 yards from the back line, and he keeps that up. He's got a job somewhere.
Yeah. So we have, I keep getting confused because I know Peyton Hayes is not the same size as Ben Baggett, but when I look out there, they look a lot alike.
Yes, they do. Last week they especially looked alike. That arm sleeve certainly helps.
So let's see if the Lions come out in this. Well, now they're going to a huddle. It seems like every series they got something different for us. Either they don't know what they're going to use the rest of the year, or they just want to try and give us a different look.
Well, typically, even a fast tempo team, you're going to huddle that first play right
and then
there
go
on the
the rest.
field. Split back, veer coming. Quarterback keeps on a counter veer, but Landmark's there. First time we've seen that look from the split backs, and Landmark has none of it.
Boy, Peyton Hayes got in there quick. He was the first guy to make the hit. And you got to love that when you got your corners in there making hits in the backfield. He read that fast. Stephen Badowski, the pile started leaning forward, and then he hit it, and it went back.
Gabrielson there at the nose. Cusimano down in the bottom of your screen on the outside. Quarterback in the shotgun.
Stephen hasn't played defensive line yet. I was surprised because last week it was Drew Anderson, so they might be swapping out so they don't get too worn out, either one of them, playing both ways.
Quarterback steps up underneath, takes the snap. Here comes that counter trap again. This time they keep. I think they were keeping because the corner had made the tackle, but we closed down on the quarterback, nothing doing, and for the first time they're third and long.
And that's classic defense there. You turn the play back in, and then your linebackers come over and catch that gap. And, you know, when you're that middle linebacker, you're that trailing lineman, and you see a guy coming, you just love that hit. But, we're doing a lot of thinking out there. Our defense has got to make a lot of reads to just get set up.
And we've got so many different players that we're using out there. Matthew Drury back in, Luke McLean in at defensive back. A lot of guys to keep in the know. Brandon Stone at the bottom coming on the blitz. Not going to get to the quarterback, but Kenneth Terry, just out of his reach. And the quarterback has to throw it away just outside the hands of Blunt. And so Landmark forces the first punt of the night from the Christian Heritage Lions.
Beautiful by Kenny Terry. I think they saw something last week, and they've been trying to work him out, and the quarterback rolled, which favored him, but he got through two blockers and put some great pressure. I think you're going to be hard-pressed to sack this quarterback.
Yes.
We may put some pressure on him, but he's pretty elusive, and he can run.
I think that if we get the sack, it's going to end up being a big sack because he's going to turn field on the wrong person.
Right.
That's the only way it could possibly happen.
You turn around, and there's a guy waiting there.
Number 16 back to punt. This is Seth Hutchinson, just a tall wide receiver. Takes the punt.
Kyle Ferguson.
Ferguson.
No,
he muffs the kick. He better pick it up. He picks it up and he falls on it. It's going to be at the 23-yard line.
I think he got confused because he called fair catch, and then he muffed it, so he was like, I don't want to touch it. Boy, as a coach, you work on all kinds of scenarios, but in that nanosecond when all the decisions have to be made, don't touch it. No, I'm supposed to get it. What do I do? Do I jump on it?
I mean, it's pretty clear. Every player should know If you've touched the kick, you better have it.
Yeah. I'd say when in doubt, just secure the ball.
Yes.
The only time that doesn't apply well is it's like 4th and 35 and the guy intercepts it. And you're like, oh, that's the time you knock it down.
Landmark has the ball. Not great field position, but not bad either. They're not backed up. They're on the 22-yard line. The last series was about this length for Landmark. Caleb Cobb in the backfield with Stockton, along with Zach Stone in and up back. Here comes the snap from Carrera. They run the shovel pass to number 13, Stone, who has plenty of room in front of him, lowers his shoulder into 18, Tyson Cooper, and picks up the first down. I think that's the first time we've seen Stone carry the ball.
Yeah, but with the yardage we're getting on the ground, I don't know. I don't think Coach Brantley's looking to air it out anytime soon. He may just keep it on the ground, and he wouldn't have a problem running the ball 45 times a night.
Well, that's 12 yards of passing yards for Stockton on that shovel pass.
Oh, that was a shovel pass.
Yes.
I missed it. I was looking down the text. I apologize.
No, that's fine. Pretty much a run.
Oh.
Quarterback draw. Stockton.
Go Stockton.
He's on the races. He's at the 40. He makes a move. Tries to dance. He's brought down just inside the 30-yard line. Great run there by Stockton McGuire.
He got tackled by the quarterback. He plays safety. And, that's a battle there. And Stockton has that 6th gear. We've seen it. He can do it. But I don't know if you're going to outrun number 18.
That would be tough. I think if he had the corner, he could have beat him. But the defender already had position.
It's all right. We'll take another 35-yard run or 30.
Momentum certainly shifting here as Landmark, with a 1-point lead, now threatening inside the 30 of the Lions. Stockton takes the ball, holds on to it on the keep, and he brought down at the 25, picking up about 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, I think Coach Brantley will continue to lull him to sleep with the ground attack, and then if he sees something, maybe Coach Dr. Badowski up there called in and he'll throw a little pass. But I think he'll be very happy keeping it on the ground here. 8 minutes to go before the half. And it's just wearing them down, and we're picking up that momentum. I mean, you could feel it where it's like, okay, they had a good run, and I think we were a little unsure of ourselves, but I just see it in our line. The guys are pumping their fists. Yeah. They're feeling it.
And even Coach Brantley's feeling it. He's a much better play caller when we got the momentum going. And right there, we're going to call a timeout as we're trying to figure out and get the play in. We're going to make it. A little bit better clock management. Last year, there were times we did that and we just took the 5-yard penalty, but now 2nd down and 7, we're going to hold on to it.
Yeah, and our coaching staff has not that we haven't always had a great coaching staff, but we keep getting just more and more talented coaches. And, you got the addition of Coach Miller this year,
yes,
a head coach, successful head coach. You have Coach Badowski, head coach. It's nice when you have 2-3 head coaches on a team, as long as they're not fighting, and I don't think they are, because it brings a different level of sophistication to what we do.
Certainly, and we've got staff, assistants on the Landmark staff that have been here so long that if they had gone somewhere else, they certainly could have been a head coach.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Rice, Coach Ross certainly could be head coaches wherever across the state, and their loyalty to Landmark serving us well here.
And I got to give kudos to our water, girls. We have 2 ladies out there. That looks like Ashton Brantley and
is that Emmy Rose?
Emmy Rose Swords, right? And then we have our director of football operations, Chris Rock, and Dr. Philip Swords out there with the hydration team.
They're working something as they step off. Here comes Landmark. They're in the offset eye. Zach Stone at the fullback. Hand off to Ferguson. No, he pulls up. He keeps. And he throws an interception right over the hands of number 8. And that's Nasir Porter. Comes up with a big play and takes the ball back to the 39. Well, you got to think that somebody saw something, thought they were going to dial it up, and I think we actually had the deep route, and we threw short, and it went off the hands of the receiver into the defender.
Yeah, that might be one of the hardest balls I've ever seen Stockton throw. It was sailing, and his jump was a little mistimed, I think, because he didn't anticipate the speed of the ball and it went through his hands, and it's just one of those things, boom. Stockton took a hit coming down, too. He was coming for the tackle, and number 16, Seth Hutchinson, he put a lick on Stockton.
Well, now they get a chance to answer.
Well, that's a momentum shifter, yeah.
Under center with the split backs. Been running a veer option all night out of this.
Watch the big play.
Quarterback takes the snap.
Yeah,
going to
big play.
fake the veer.
Big play.
Going for
What'd I
sudden
tell you?
change. Number 11 breaks Blunt's tackle, makes a move on number 11 for Landmark, and Peyton Hayes brings him down at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, that's pretty classic.
Sudden change.
Yeah, you get a sudden change like that interception, and most coaches are going to go for the big play and try to make you pay for it, and they
Especially
did.
when you're in that transition between 40s, that's a great place to do it. You're not
Yeah.
backed up, and you're not so close that they're expecting it.
Yeah, and that was a good big play to throw. He didn't go wide. He kind of lured the defense in thinking they're going to run that rear, and then he just paused for a second, and the guy broke back.
But again, Landmark has no film on Christian Heritage. Didn't know. We haven't seen them run the split back veers, and here they come play action off the split back veer.
Yeah, it looked like, boy, that interception was a big change in the game. We're going down to score before the half, and unless we can hold them here, big change of event, 14-point flip, as a matter of fact.
Quarterback under center. Tyson Cooper keeps the snap, trying to wedge his way in, and the defense just folds him backwards. Might not want to call that again. Almost got rolled up behind himself.
Yeah,
Maybe second down.
I think he had some initial success just penetrating the line on the sneaks, but, you know, the coaching staff, especially for the D-line, is not going to let that happen all night. Great defensive stand here. It's hard to hold a team 4 plays inside the 2.
Second and goal.
I remember Alabama doing it against Penn State for a national championship in 1978 or 9 because I was a Penn State fan.
Try to run the backside trap. Nothing going. Landmark there again. Going to be third down. Got to wonder if Christian Heritage is going to try something new.
I'd be doing play action here. Wouldn't you? We've been coming so hard on the first hand.
Either play action or get that quarterback's feet moving and get him on the edge.
Yeah. He's too good of an athlete to just not let him use that edge, stretch it out. Might even roll him out and he can throw or run. That's always tough, especially in high school football. He's got big number 16 up in the far corner there.
Split backs again.
We're man on man, it looks like.
Quarterback trying to get him to jump. Going to keep on that. Nothing doing.
Oh.
Flag's coming.
I think I saw a Landmark hand come in like a punch. I think he was trying to punch the ball out.
Yep.
But it looked like it was a punch.
If that's the case, it's going to be half the distance and automatic first down.
Face mask.
Oh. Well, that's a 5-yard variety. That's just going to be a repeat of down and half the distance.
That's a first down.
No, that should not be a first down.
Correction, that's third down.
There it goes. He corrected himself. Third down, and they got about a yard. Boy, we've been holding them, though. I give them that. We've been standing them up. I think if they were smart, they could go with what you and I were talking
on
about.
Their feet. Cowbells are going. Offense starts to spread out this time. Lone back is Nasir Porter behind the quarterback. Quarterback takes the snap, looks for the crease, and that time they formationed us, and we got a flag on the field. Not quite sure what that's going to be. Touchdown has yet to be signaled by the white hat.
Yeah, it's tough to hold them that tight on the line. Up, timeout, ref.
Official timeout as he discusses something with the quarterback.
I don't think he'd ask him, do you want the touchdown or do you want a first down or do you want to replay the down?
Yeah.
Maybe he's giving them a little instruction of, hey, this is what they did.
Something's going on. Waiting on the signal from a white hat. Touchdown, no touchdown, what the penalty flag is for. No indication from the quarterback who had a discussion with the white hat. Looked like Landmark. Can't tell if they're happy, if they're pointing.
I'm not sure either school knows who had the violation.
I don't know if those in white and black know.
Well, I can tell you this. We stop them here, and it's fourth down. What a momentum shift that, even to get out of this with a field goal.
So that looks like a chop block below the waist on the offense. So
third down, repeat third down. Oh.
Moving back 5 yards. No,
10.
15.
Oh, my goodness.
15 yards for a block below the waist, and that's going to be a
Huge.
I don't know. That's huge. Now they got to pick up 15 yards. You think?
But it almost is. It might be helpful for him, gives him some running room here. I mean, it's a lot to cover, but we would.
Changes their play calling philosophy.
Yeah.
I got to think that for them, 1 point down, this is only a one down territory. They got
they're
quite the
kicking.
kicker.
Yeah, they're going to kick if they don't get this here. I'd go to the end zone personally. I'd give it a shot. Yeah, I think it's close enough for your kicker to make it. You don't need to get 7 or 8 yards. You just need to.
You got good position there in the middle of the field. So, yeah, I'd take a shot down on the sideline. They got trips to the bottom of your screen and a fullback to that side as well. All receivers to the bottom of the screen. Quarterback's going to roll, looking to run. He keeps it, but that's Gabrielson. Wow. That time, Gabrielson finds the speed and runs him down and drops him at about the 12-yard line. So now it's going to be 4th down, and they're going to put it on the hash. Kicker standing by the coach, and he's going in.
It's actually the 17, isn't it? 17, yeah.
Okay.
So a 27-yarder. He has the leg. He's shown he's had the leg all night, but he is on a hash. It's not a chip shot. Let's put it that way. There's a chance here, and we've been putting some pressure too.
Well, this is certainly big for Landmark to have had them at the 1 yard line, and now they're kicking the field goal from 34 yards out. It's up.
It's out.
Almost a block.
No,
he pushed it. It's going to be.
Oh. Wow, the angle I said.
That's not the angle I see at all.
Wow.
We're looking right down on the line, and it looked like he pushed that wide.
Yeah, that was Florida State wide right if I saw one. But
well, now they got the decision. Are they going to take points off the ball or not?
What is the decision?
Well, they've got a flag on the field, and I think they're going to call the penalty on Landmark. They got 3 points on the field and the lead.
That almost looked like the game. It was very reminiscent of Stockton's field goal at Prince Avenue. Except they called it push.
Yes.
We didn't get those points.
That looks so wide. I don't see how it could possibly have gone into the end zone.
Yeah, we've had some buffering issues tonight. We're working off our Verizon Jetpack, and right now we got 3 bars of antenna strength, and on our AT&T service we're about the same. For some reason we don't have the best Wi-Fi up here. We don't. So they're going to take the points on the kickoff, the yards on the kickoff.
So they keep the points on the board. Landmark now down 3 with
2.
Force 2. I'm sorry, can't do math.
That's a bad thing to say. That one extra point, remember?
I was updating the wrong score. That's what the problem was. Okay, so Landmark down 14-16. It's 4:17 on the clock. If you're just joining us and you're able to hear us, Lofton Tidwell in the locker room.
He's back on the sidelines now.
Is he back on the sidelines?
I'm hoping Cameron can get over there and get us a scoop. Cameron, if you get a chance, see if you can get out there and get some background on Lofton. I think at this point, Coach Brantley will probably keep him all out until the half anyway.
It would be a wise move unless he's just needed there short yardage later in the red zone.
43.
I don't have 43 on the roster, but he's back to return.
That's Lofton.
Was that Lofton?
He's changed his number.
Okay, I guess he puked all over his jersey maybe.
Yeah, and he had to have a spare jersey. So number 43 is Lofton. That one's out of the end zone.
It looks like Chase McFarland down there is what it looks like.
Yeah, kicked it out of the end zone because they took the penalty yardage on the kickoff.
14-17.
So now Lofton Tidwell, who's been out since his kickoff return early in the first quarter, back into the offensive game plan. You got to wonder. We've been throwing the curveball. We've been throwing it outside, and now here comes the fastball right down the middle. Let's see what Lofton will do.
I think you keep it on the ground, you burn 4 minutes off, and you score, and you go into the locker room up with some momentum. Let's give a shout-out to the 5th and 6th grade team who plays Elka tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Go War Eagles. Hey, those 5th and 6th graders, I remember watching them, and now they're seniors.
Landmark goes empty and shifts back to the eye. Offset, Zach Stone in front of Lofton, and here's the handoff to Lofton, who's just running. He's got one guy to beat, and he might beat him. He does. 2 guys chasing. I don't think they're going to catch him. He's at the 20, the 10, the 5. And they do catch him, but just inside the one.
Wow.
They see his size, and they're like, he is not that fast, and he is that fast. And they bring him down after a 79-yard scamper.
Really, really good reason that I'm up here in the press box and not coaching, because I'm saying I keep Lofton in the locker on the sidelines. We don't need him out there. And he just goes and runs 70-some yards.
You don't know the full diagnosis. Maybe he was completely fine, came back out, and you could see in his eyes he was ready to go, which obviously he was by the way he carried the ball.
I think it was a big spoof. I think he hit a guy so hard that guy puked on his jersey and he had to go to the locker room and get his jersey changed. See,
That
maybe
could be
that's it.
Well, now you got Ferguson and Tidwell in the backfield.
Wow.
Ferguson at fullback. That's quite the picture there. Is Lofton just way over him in size, and here's Stockton stretching out across. They're going to call him short. I've never seen Stockton short on a stretch like that. Going to put him just shy of the end zone. It's going to be second down. There's now 3:34 left to go in the half.
So be it for me to say we need to burn 4 minutes off the clock. We run one play.
Well, who knows? Maybe over the next 3 plays we burn the rest.
Or we score quick and get the ball back and put a double up before halftime.
Clock running, 3:17, 3:16, 3:15. Lofton and Ferguson still in. I think he's going to try to stretch it one more time.
Well, let's see if the Lions have the same fortitude that we had and can hold us 4 downs.
Nope, going to toss it to Lofton, who just walks in, takes a step to the side, and cuts back. Touchdown. He finishes the 80-yard journey he started on first down earlier. 3 minutes left to go, and Landmark moves back into the lead. So that's 2016, which my math says is 4 points ahead. All right, so do you start playing the game?
I say go
We're down
2.
4, you go 2?
I go 2 here.
All right, well, we got Mr. Automatic on the field.
But you also have, 2 fullbacks that have shown they can get in pretty easily. And that was the first time Stockton had ever not gotten a.
Well, here you got number 65, Grayson Corder, running fast to get in. He's missing on the line.
Low snap. Yeah.
Going to throw the flag, and now Landmark got false start. I don't think Grayson ever was able to get ready. He's going to get it when he gets back.
Boy, the coaches are just pacing up down that sideline. There's nothing good about that.
No.
And the sad part is you're the guy running there from a mile away. The only thing you can hope is that some other guy messed up and the coach said, get in there. And I was just helping, Coach.
Well, one of the things, sometimes you just got to decide. Yeah, I got 5 offensive linemen and they're tired, but that one play keeps me from having a situation like that if I were to keep them in. So now Landmark moved back 5 yards. It's going to be a 25-yard try. Mr. Automatic, Joey Blunt holding.
Well, that's good. Good hands, and if something's wrong,
Ball's
he can run
down.
it. Oh, yeah.
Kick is up. It's good. And so Landmark now with 21 to the Lions 16. 3 minutes left, and Landmark holding a 5-point lead.
So what was the story, Cameron? Are you out there? Tell us what happened.
Well, I was able to talk to Coach G just a minute ago before Lofton came down on the sideline, and the update is he's perfectly fine. He was able to cool down in the locker room, and he's good to go now, as you can see.
Yeah, understatement, right? He's good to go.
Oh, yeah. He's fully charged, ready to go, and you can see the determination in his eye.
And I don't know, if he keeps running this way, maybe he's just going to keep number 43.
I don't see why not.
Cameron doing a great job down there for us, getting all the scoop. Somehow they give her the information. We get nothing.
We got a text.
I get some texts. Is Miss Haney out there? Miss Haney always, will send me a text or something.
Miss Haney asked me on the way. She's like, "You going to be on?" I said, "We are." So we should be hearing from her.
I got a little surprise for you and for Miss Haney, because Miss Haney started this tradition of eating some ice cream at the end. If you remember last year's show, some people sent in some pictures of their ice cream feast. So Dennis and I wanted to be part of the home, the whole crowd thing. So in our coolers tonight, we got a little travel cooler for us up here in the press box. We have some, what are they called? Drumsticks.
All right.
Those
awesome.
cones, we got some drumsticks in our cooler. So if we win, we're breaking these bad boys out. We're eating some ice cream.
Well, they take the kickoff just shy of the end zone, and it works to our advantage as they don't make it out to the 20. That's Hendry.
We had Josh Cobb and Cam Cusimano on the kickoff crush there.
And so now 2:54 left. They got 82 yards to go. Landmark hoping to come up with three and out, a big stop, and get the ball back into Lofton Tidwell's hands.
I feel stop here. I think you're going to do it. I think we got a little momentum going. We got Renzi Wilkie now in defensive end.
Well, the quarterback for the Lions, Seth Hutchinson, certainly has looked tired the last couple of plays that he's come out.
He's playing both ways, and he's been running, and he's got crushed a few times.
Split back again. Quarterback's going to run the veer, keeps the ball. Nope, gives on the fullback, and the dive again going nowhere. Maybe picked up a foot.
Renzi Wilkie crushed that.
Second down and 9 2/3 yards.
What do you think Renzi's going, about 6'5"?
Renzi's at least 6'5".
Yeah, and if he slants down on that line, because that means if he's 6'5", his wingspan's 6'5", right?
Yes.
Typically.
Typically, yes.
I mean, he just reaches out and gobbles anything going, and his arms are big enough to pull it in.
All we got to do is get somebody to make him mad once. I don't know if the boy can be mad.
He's such a nice guy. He's such a good
nicest
smile.
to go. Quarterback takes a drop, looking to throw. He's got a man in the flat and decides to run. He makes a hurdle over
Great
Stone,
move.
changes field. He's going to make it to midfield and more. He's at the 45, and that's when Peyton Hayes finally pushes him out. It's going to be 46 yards away from the end zone for the Lions with 2:05 left.
Yeah, he's been a one-man wrecking show tonight. But he is an athlete. I'll give him that. No receivers open, pocket closing down on him, and he makes a move at the linebacker position, makes somebody lose their footing, and then he jumps and does. Now, hurdling's not allowed, you remember. But he didn't hurdle. He just kind of high stepped. We remember that one in the
yeah, we had Randy Gravitt texted in the exact definition of hurdling there for us and what the difference was.
That was that horrible game over there at, what's the name of that school? Holy Innocents, when they broke our undefeated record. Procedure, I believe.
Well, it was a character play for Hutchinson in the fact that we've seen him getting physically more tired as this half has gone on, and as soon as he saw nothing in front of him, he took off.
Yeah, all those great athletes have that ability to go that next step. Okay, now if the helmet comes off, how come he doesn't have to leave? Oh, he took it off himself to adjust it.
Well, in college, you take it off yourself. You still have to come off.
Wow. So you got Dylan Gableson in the middle. You got Renzi Wilkie on the one end, and you got Kenny Terry on the outside. We got a nice defensive line. A lot of speed there, a lot of ability to make some things happen. The only problem is when they make things happen, it usually flushes that quarterback out of the pocket, and that scares me.
Okay, so we have timeout now with 2:02 left. Going to talk about it as it's now 5 yards back. What was the marking they called him back there, Chuck? Did you see what the penalty was?
I didn't. I was eating Skittles.
All right.
I just got to be transparent. I got too many Skittles. Katie Cusimano brought me a bag of Skittles. She brought you one, too, but you've been smart. You haven't opened it yet.
Okay. I didn't know that was my bag of Skittles. I thought that was your second half. Your second half boost of energy.
Like I need that much sugar in my body. Thanks. No, whatever I get, you got.
Okay.
See? My wife was raised in that when people come over to your kid's birthday party, all the other kids get presents, too. And I'm like, no, it's not their party. It's our party. Why does everybody get a present? Well, everybody needs to feel the same.
Well, that's why Camden has so many friends, is it?
Right. He's just like somebody that has meat around his neck. All the dogs come by.
Well, it certainly turned into a generous young man himself, always giving to others.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
off.
That $5 is right there. Thanks for saying that. We do have Snickers bars. You want some Snicker bars?
I'm good. I'm good.
We eat a really healthy diet here in the press box.
We're looking for healthy sponsors. If you think we should eat less sugar, then we're going to need somebody to provide healthier meals for us.
Offsides on the offense.
Offsides on the offense. Well, somebody's listening.
0105. I don't know who that is. Tell me your name, 0105.
Number 20.
Well, I got a text that says, Lofton Tidwell or Superman, the world may never know.
Wow. We do have to come up with a nickname for Tidwell. 0105 is Cameron. I should program her in, don't you think? Since she's our ace sideline reporter, and I don't even have her number programmed in. But I don't want to have, school-age kids' names numbers in my phone. That's not good.
Is this quarterback scrambles again, but this
time,
he breaks double tackles in there. Renzi Wilkie pulling out the WWE moves from 1980 and just does the British Bulldog and buries him. I didn't know Renzi Wilkie would know the British Bulldog, but he grabs him around the head and drops him. It's going to be third down now.
He jumped over a couple of players. He just didn't restart that engine quick enough, and Renzi is not letting him get away. I really like Kenny Terry on one end and Renzi on the other. That's looking good. So what do you think of this this Yeti thing?
Well, I got to say that it does its job in keeping it cold, but at this point I would have expected some water to have
melted the ice.
Melted
no, there's no melting ice.
And so I keep going for water, and I've got ice and ice and ice.
I'm going to fill you up. You call this play.
In terms of how well it keeps it cool. All right, going to have a delay a game on the Lions. They're just kind of falling apart here. 36.9 seconds left. They're 5 points down. And they're going to be at midfield when they come back from this timeout.
36 seconds left.
All right, they're going to talk it over. Obviously, if they can't pick up the first down, this is going to be the last play. They got 15, 16 yards to go on it. What do you think they're going to dial up, Chuck?
I'm going to the air.
All right, Chuck says they're going to go to the air. All right, so they're going to put it on the arm of Tyson Cooper, number 18, but at the same time hoping that maybe something opens up. That's where their big plays have come when Tyson Cooper gets free.
Yeah, I think he's going to roll out. They're going to have if they're smart, they have a guy just getting the first down and somebody long. If we give him the big play, they're going to take it. If not, he'll try to hit the short guy or the coach just lets him run. That would be the best way, I think, to utilize him.
Well, they break the huddle, and here comes Landmark. Terry, Wilkie, and Gabrielson still up front. In the defensive secondary, we got Ferguson, Hayes, and Blunt. Our 5 linebackers spread the field.
I can't believe they've burned 2 minutes and 42 seconds on this drive.
Quarterback takes it in the spread. He's looking for a wheel route, but he doesn't have it. He's going to have to either throw short or run.
Wow.
Almost a great catch there by number 20, Devin Smith. He's unable to bring it down. It's going to be fourth down. But they had the wheel route set up for Nasir Porter, and he's just not able to get past the deep man, Peyton Hayes.
Peyton is playing great coverage tonight. And, he doesn't have all the size out there, but, boy, he is physical.
He's physical and he's smart, and that's really what we need in that position.
I mean, since what's his name transferred out of school, Scrappy Doo.
Yes.
I almost want to give him the Scrappy Doo title because, Peyton Hayes is about the scrappiest guy out there.
He certainly is.
He doesn't care how big the other guy is. He's coming up. He'll strip the ball, go for the interception, put his helmet in you.
But now you've made me sad. Certainly missing Scrappy Doo, Cody Chastain tonight. Looking to throw it deep. He launches it. 4 defenders, 1 receiver. Nothing going. It's going to be Landmark ball. 22.5 seconds to go, and we're 46 yards away.
Yeah, Kyle Ferguson did a great job. Timed it up, went up early, and punched the ball down.
Well, what do you do, Coach Brantley? You tell us what he does, so we'll know he's going to do the exact opposite here.
I've been pretty good calling him. I watched a couple highlight reels, too, and I called it dead on the money. Wow. I think the first down, he's going to run up the middle. I think he's going to go back to because they're expecting pass, and I think he's going to give it to 43.
Well, you got Lofton right there. He's in the middle. Got Zach Stone as well. Might be a shovel pass.
Nope.
It's going to be a screen. It's set up well. Lofton easily leaves the defensive lineman. He's got 3 linemen in front of him. He's got the sideline. He's at the 10-5 touchdown Landmark, and that's just got to hurt.
Oh.
But we've got a flag on the field.
Joey Blunt's over here.
Complete opposite side. That's got to be ineligible man downfield is what he's about to call, but there's no way. There is no way he can call ineligible man downfield. He threw the ball behind the line.
Wow.
He threw a screen.
Coach Brantley is just wearing him out. He's telling him, go
he needs to call a timeout here and talk to him because
Coach Brantley's out of the hash. He is
Lofton
fired up.
Was behind the line of scrimmage, caught the ball behind the line of scrimmage, and it was a pure screen. Receivers, linemen, everybody can be downfield in that situation. White Hat wants nothing of it.
Yeah, and the ref is just telling Coach.
Call.
He's telling Coach Brantley, just get on the sideline.
Coach Brantley needs to call the timeout. He's got one to burn and talk to the White Hat. He's got to ask for it.
You think he's going to change his mind? He's coming out. He wants the timeout.
He's got to get the timeout, and he's got to call for it, but he's not going to.
No.
Horrific call here by the officials.
They did.
Landmark throws the screen, goes all the way for a touchdown.
Did give it to Tidwell, though. I was half right. That is horrible. Wow.
Certainly deflating Landmark. Would have gone 28-16 going in. Landmark now has 9 seconds, 60 yards to try to go. Tidwell at the top coming with another screen. This time he doesn't have the same blockers in front, but he's got a head of steam. He's down to the 30.
Timeout.
And they're not going to give it to us. They're going to let it go into the locker room. And the officials cost us 8 points going into the second half.
I think if I'm Coach Brantley, I'm going to go.
I am in his ear.
I got to go there and talk to the white hat. No, wait. They're putting time back on the clock.
No, the white hat held the ball up. That's going to be the end of the first half.
Cameron was going to try to do a before locker room with Coach Brantley, but I don't think that's going to happen now.
Maybe she can run over and ask the white hat what he was thinking.
Oh, no, she is. Here we go.
Cameron. She got him?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm here with Coach Brantley right here after a great first half. What do you see out of your team in this first half?
Well, I'm a little disappointed because it looks like we're panicking, and I thought we were really well prepared, but I've done a bad job in that because we look like a junior high team playing their very first game. Just everybody's nervous. People are forgetting what to do. People are forgetting when they're supposed to be on the field. So I need to do a much better job coaching them. One, that's the biggest thing. We're doing a bad job with our spy, our pass rush lanes, letting their quarterback get out, and we've got a couple guys just have a bad deer in the headlights look. So,
what adjustments do you plan to make this second half?
Well, on offense, when we're doing our assignments, we're clipping off huge plays. So, more than anything, we got to settle down and grow up. That's probably the biggest thing.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Great job, Cameron. That's a tough interview for a coach right after such an emotional turn of events. So that last 20 seconds, score a touchdown, gets called back. Wow.
Yep, and, end up with not enough time. Had a great call with another screen, brought us down to within half the distance that we were away and just not able to come away with it.
Well, what do you think about the first half? Do you think we look like a junior high team?
I think we looked uncoached at times, and that a lot has to do with we have no film, no prior experience. They come out running stuff completely different than last year, and so it took some time defensively to catch up and learn what they needed to do. I'm sure that on the sideline, as a coach, you can see this player's not quite mentally where he needs to be, and that's what he's talking about, deer in the headlights. I think in the end, we started reacting well. We've started shutting them down when we needed to, and we're making big plays on offense.
Yeah, the big highlight here is the offense seems to be able to score at will when they need to.
Yes.
So that's much different than the other team shutting us down, and then you're going to want trouble. The defense is not failing. What I'm seeing from the defense is, one, we have a new defense in this year, and we talked about that. So we've only had one game of preparation in this new defensive set, and there's a lot of reads and there's a lot of changing. In addition, that was a practice game. So now you got the real game. It's the real thing. And, you deal with high school boys every day. It's one thing to sit and study a problem and look at a blackboard and I should go here and I go there, but you have a nanosecond, a split second to make a decision. Do I come up, do I go back? Is this my guy? Is that not my guy? Wait a minute, that's a different set. I've never seen it before. And then all of a sudden you freeze. And then the coach is yelling, hey, what are you doing? And sometimes for some young men, that just shuts them down even more.
Yes.
And they're like, and freezing is the worst thing you do because you're just standing there and everybody's running all different ways. So I think he has a point. It's just it's a bad combination for us because we didn't know what they were going to run, and they've done a great job of showing a lot of different things to confuse us. And we have I wouldn't say an overly complicated defense, but it's definitely new and it's not easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yeah, it's not like, last year I saw the veer, this is what I did. They've never had that, and so they're going to have to figure it out on the field. And Coach Rice did a great job early on, switching defenders in and out as quickly as he could, try to coach them up on what they saw and what they needed to do the next time. Big kick, 6 yards deep by Stockton, and they're going to have the ball at the 20. Talked a little bit to Coach Godby, and I think the game plan is Lofton on the offense. Defense making a lot of adjustments, a lot of talk, trying to get them focused back together and understand exactly what that offense for Christian Heritage is done. It'll be interesting to see here if they have a second half script.
Right.
A lot of coaches, if you got the time, you throw in that second half script that's a little bit off from what you did in the first half and would really throw us if we haven't been prepared for it.
Yeah, down here on the close side, I'm surprised. We got the new Scrappy Doo here, but they're looking for that wheel route any day against Peyton Hayes.
Well, here comes a quick pass to 16, who breaks one tackle, and then he's brought down at the 26.
That was Brandon Stone was on there first, and then Peyton Hayes finished it up.
But that's Cooper to Hutchinson for a quick gain. Second down now with 4 yards to go.
We got Drew Anderson in on the defensive end now with Terry on the one defensive line, and we still got Gableson in the middle at the nose. The rest of the defense is pretty much the same as starting.
Split back veer to the nub. They get the pitch. Brandon Stone shows, and he doesn't really come up fast for the tackle. He almost tried to catch him there, and the Heritage Lions end up picking up a first down.
Yeah, on those pitches, because Kyle Ferguson honored the pitch guy, the quarterback,
yes,
and which is what he's supposed to do, but that corner has to come up quicker. Otherwise, you let him get open field, and if you miss the tackle, there's not much support coming over.
Well, Brandon certainly looks a little more tentative tonight than he has last year. He was a big-time run stopper for us coming up from safety last year. Split back, shotgun, Brandon on the side. Miscue in the backfield, but Seven's got it, and he's running a sprint to the sideline.
Wow.
And there's the new Scrappy Doo.
Peyton Hayes came and levels
him.
him. That was Taylor Snyder almost ran him down. He was all over that guy. And then little Peyton Hayes comes just crashing in. Peyton Hayes might be one of the toughest guys pound for pound right now out there. So we got a second and about 7.
Second 7, second 6. Peyton Hayes certainly fierce. They got trips down to this side of the screen. Cusimano and Hayes covering. Taylor Snyder got the seam. 4 receivers down here. One to the top. Quarterback takes it. He's going to roll to these receivers. Here comes Snyder. I think Snyder just got into the quarterback's vision enough to break up that pass to Nasir Porter.
Yeah,
because it's going to be third down.
That's been like that all night long. We got 3 receivers and only 2 defenders. Somebody's got to make a decision here. They went for the short guy.
Coach Ross had Taylor Snyder come up into that passing lane. Certainly disrupted whatever they were going for.
Yeah, and that's the only way this 3-3 is going to work is you got to have pressure on that quarterback. Otherwise, we're going to leave too many guys open in the flats. One missed tackle or arm tackle, and it's 6 points. So it looks like Christian Heritage is happy to put a much slower tempo in after the half here. Maybe trying to gain a little momentum back.
Here comes curl route to number 20. Peyton Hayes on the coverage, but unable to make the stop until he picks up 15 yards, and they move into landmark territory at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, he made a little move on Peyton, and he got ahead of him. But when the ball went in the air, I think Peyton was just going for the tackle. He wasn't really going for the ball. That's a little different than what you might have seen with a Ben Baggett. Last year, they would have gone ball.
Yeah. Well, I think Peyton probably gives up 30, 40 pounds on Devin there, and Devin's got about 6 inches on him.
He did make a good open field tackle.
He did. Made a great open field tackle.
So we got a Christian Heritage player down. Might be just cramping here.
It looks like cramping. They're stretching out that knee.
So I'm surprised that Christian Heritage is coming out so conservative. I mean, obviously they're getting some first downs, trying to get some ball control, maybe just get some momentum here, and obviously keep our defense on the field. But their style of play prior to this was so wide open.
Yes.
It doesn't seem like the right thing to me, but I'm not a coach either.
Well, that was the receiver, Devin Smith, who was getting stretched out. I guess did they call a timeout? You can't stay in if it was okay, now he's coming out. All right. Okay, so the Lions come, and they're going to stay in that wide set. They got 2 split backs this time. Nope, they're going split back veer with the quarterback under center. Nasir Porter at the top of your screen. Expect the veer this side. Quarterback long count. Holds on to the ball and slips. But
That
even
was
if he
good.
held on, Caleb Cobb was coming like a freight train right into him.
Yeah, and I think number one, Porter, he might be one of the quicker guys on their team, and now they're going to pitch on him. Quarterback comes to the sideline.
Looking to put
Oh, no,
Devin
16.
Smith back in this
Yeah.
game.
I love how they're all
Second
checking
down
their
and
wristbands.
12. Spread offense here. Got Twins to the top and bottom.
Just a little over 10 minutes.
Cooper takes the snap, takes a drop. He's looking to throw the curl. That curl has been dangerous for us all night, and this time Camden Cusimano is able to make the play, break it up before number 80 for Heritage. Seth Roberson can come up with it. Well, now Devin Smith back in the game, going to the top of your screen. Seth Hutchinson at the bottom, going Twins again. I would expect that curl, which has been great for him all night, might actually go for a wheel route, though, or a smash. Earlier, they burned us on a smash. Quarterback takes it. It's
Top
going to
of
be
the
a
screen.
wheel.
Yep.
They find the curl off the wheel, though. Landmark sitting back on the wheel, and they hit the curl for the first down. Great job by the quarterback, Tyson Cooper, finding his man.
Yeah, good thing Brandon Stone kind of tripped him up. Looks like he may have hurt his leg a little bit, but that guy was moving. Brandon doesn't knock him off his feet there. He's getting close to touchdown.
Landmark certainly having difficulty getting pressure on Cooper.
Yeah, especially when he does the roll, because we got to respect his scramble ability. Is that a word, scramble ability?
Scramble, maybe.
Scramble mobility. There it is, scramble
Scramble
mobility.
mobility.
Looks like we have a injured player for Landmark down.
It looks like
Official
Brandon
timeout.
Stone might be suffering from a cramp.
Yeah, he was skipping on that leg. It's funny that if it is a cramp, you have two quick cramps right after the
Yes.
half. Is they didn't get their muscles warmed up enough? They clearly got hydrated.
Yeah. I would think that would be a question for our
Hydrologists.
Our hydrologist? Is that what is Dr. Swords, our hydration specialist?
Yeah, there it is.
Our hydration specialist, as to whether or not that's the case, or maybe if Miss Higby's listening in, she can give us some scientific insight to what happened.
Yeah, I like that we come over and we even give water to the refs, and
Yeah.
we're the visiting team. We got so much water, it's crazy. In Powerade, we got like 12 coolers that came over.
Well, they're not seeming to stretch Brandon, so I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Coach Brantley was down talking to him on
Yeah.
the knee.
Coach Cobb's out there. I don't see Coach G out in the middle of the field.
I think they're going to get him up. He's going to walk off.
Here he comes.
He just kind of came up gimp on that, like Achilles.
Yes. Nursing that right foot.
So we'll see who's going to come in at safety. That's a big change. Joey Blunt might go back to safety, and we'll switch out on the corners. I think that's what our deal is.
Heritage back on the field now. Quarterback in the shotgun with split backs. Nasir Porter and Chase Herndon in the backfield with him. Herndon goes into motion. Quarterback's going to roll to the trips, and he's looking to run.
Snyder.
Snyder
Nice.
chases him, and then we have two defenders show. Looks like Kyle Ferguson showing up. Nope, Kyle Ferguson's backside. I'm not quite sure who that defender was.
Well, I know. We actually had.
Looked like Zach Stone in there.
Yeah. It was Zach Stone, number 13.
Yep, in for his brother Brandon.
And they were talking about the spy wasn't doing a good job, but Snyder is spying the quarterback now. If he rolls out of the pocket, he is blazing in on him. And Taylor is fast.
Taylor is incredibly fast and very thick. Quarterback rolls again, finds Porter in the flats, and Porter's got the sideline.
Wow.
And they're going to throw a flag.
Oh,
I can't see how close it was there. Looks like they're going to throw the flag for late hit.
that didn't look late. I mean, that was, I thought, a good shot. Camden pushed him out, but he didn't get a big hit on him. And then Scrappy Dew came in and just gave him a shot like you're supposed to do. I mean, unless he was standing 2 or 3 steps in the white there.
It's hard to see from this angle.
Well, these refs aren't
They're
letting
gonna talk
much.
it over.
They're not letting much slide tonight, boy.
They're certainly not letting it slide from the team in the gold hats.
Yeah. He's going to call personal foul.
Personal foul. Landmark.
Well, you know, Peyton Hayes, he's going to play aggressive. That's just his style and who he is. And every once in a while, you're just going to get a call like
You're going
that.
to take that.
Yeah.
You don't want to dial it back any.
No, I mean,
And it wasn't a malicious hit in any
Yeah.
way. He was playing full speed through
And
the echo of the whistle.
Hey, you're coming down the sidelines. I'm a cornerback. I have to hit you, especially when I'm undersized like Peyton. I got to let the guys know that, you know, it ain't going to be a free pass.
If he lets up, he could get hit.
Yeah, you know what happened next time that guy goes for that hit? He's going to have something in the back of his mind going, oh, I might get that shot. He didn't put his head down. He just gave him a pop with the shoulder like you're trained to do. So now Christian Heritage is definitely threatening with first and goal after that personal foul.
9-yard line with 8:53 left to go in the pitch to Porter. Porter's got the corner. Doesn't find it as Ferguson comes up. Going to drop him at the 4. That's a 5-yard gain.
And I guess Stone's back in. Brandon Stone came in on that tackle. Yeah, they decided not to run the tight stuff now because that line wasn't holding up. They decided to spread it out a little. Can't fault a coach for that. You know, you try something 3 or 4 times, not working, you maybe try something else. Well, if you're out there listening, send us a text. We'd like to know that you're on the air with us. Got a pretty good crowd tonight. Probably have 15 to 20 unique textures already.
Quarterback keeps it, and he just pushes on in.
Yeah.
Able to drive through, get a first down. That's a touchdown. That's a great job there by Tyson Cooper, continuing to show his athleticism and just the strength in those legs.
Yeah, that was a scrum right there. They just got the scrum going their way. So after a couple little miscues there, it looks like we're just a little flat coming out after the half. I don't think that Christian Heritage was feeling so great, and then they had a couple good plays, and they've obviously built some momentum back. So it's really going to come down to, can Landmark come back and answer and show them that, you know, we still have that offensive prowess to be able to score at will.
Well, difficulty could be if we come back and answer too quick and our defense has been on the field for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
How's that going to affect us?
sometimes scoring fast is not the best thing.
Lions going for 2 out of this empty set. Quarterback looking to run. He throws.
Intercepted.
An interception. That's going to be blown dead. Georgia High School, you can't run that back. And so now it's 21-22, just a 1-point gain.
Was that Joey Blunt or Brandon Stone? That was Brandon Stone, I think.
Yeah.
No, actually Joey Blunt. Joey Blunt would have run that back. He has the speed,
done it.
and he has the moves.
1-point game now. 8:42 left in the third quarter. You think they'll kick it to Lofton?
I wouldn't. I'd kick it anywhere.
Last time they came out and kicked, they did squib it across.
Yeah, and I was afraid Drew Anderson was going to pick that ball up. I was like, Big Drew running.
Well, he could be a quarterback.
He could be a quarterback. That might be his handle.
Yeah.
Drew Anderson, he could be a quarterback.
Hardaway comes out to tee it up. Hardaway, roster has him at 228. I have a hard time believing
that's a typo.
There.
That's a typo.
Yeah, that might be 282. 6'2". He is huge.
Well, he's the biggest guy on the field right now for the Lions.
He's as big as any guy we have on the field.
Yeah.
And I know we have some.
So we got Drew Anderson in the middle. We got new number 43 trying to be in stealth mode.
I just love that he looks a little bit like Chase McFarland over there in that number. Here comes the kick. Low and hard.
Oh,
Lofton mishandles it a little bit, gives him a little bit of time to find an edge. He's running. They're having trouble with him still. He's out to the 30-yard line.
That's actually a really good run after squibbing the ball like that and having a bobble.
And the big thing is he ended up running laterally. If he'd been running with that head of steam forward, who knows what might have happened. He's going to take a breather there as Landmark's offense hits the field.
What do you think? Coach Brantley's going to the air? I think he's going to stick on the ground.
I think he's going to give it to Ferguson. Kyle's in the game there. He did a great job when Lofton was out. Held on to the ball, made some great moves, kind of put the defense back on their heels, and then get them on their heels and bring Lofton at them.
Yeah, and, passing in high school is risky. I mean, there's too many things that could happen.
Well, here is Stockton. Stockton's going to run straight at him, find an edge. He's got the corner. He's got a blocker, but he's unable to make it past him. That was Toomer with a good block to help us pick up the first down. Nick Toomer, the freshman. And Stockton picks up 14, and now we're at the 40, looks like the 44-yard line, moving the sticks.
And that's when Landmark offense is at its best. When Stockton can run like that and you have running backs, it just opens it up because they don't want to snuff him out. They don't know. Now you got 3 guys in the backfield that can do anything.
Well, they certainly had some defenders go for Ferguson as he made the move on the fake. Zach Stone at the up back. Receivers at the top of your screen are Joey Blunt, Nick Toomer, Wicks Patton down at the bottom. Here comes the shovel pass, but Stockton decides just to run it behind the receiver. He picks up 9 yards, and he's just bearing on ahead.
Yeah, this is the old Landmark. Oh, we got a cramp here, but number 65, he's punching his calf. It's a hot night. It's muggy. And if you're not hydrating and it's still, first game of the season, you're going to cramp. I'm getting a cramp up here. Jaw cramp, talking too much.
Is it jaw cramp from talking too much or jaw cramp from chewing too many Skittles?
Yeah, I chewed through my first bag. I'm just really hoping I'm eating that ice cream at the end of the game.
Landmark breaks the huddle. We still don't see Lofton out on the field. Kyle Ferguson in the backfield with Stockton.
Luke McLean down here on the bottom. We haven't seen a pass to him yet tonight.
Here comes the zone read to Ferguson. He breaks a couple of tackles, but he just doesn't have the size to keep dancing back there.
Yeah.
He's dropped for a 5-yard loss.
He did a great job of, eluding 2 or 3 of them, but you got to go north and south with Kyle.
McLean comes out, and it looks like Coach Brantley's going to send the man with the S on his chest back into the game.
I keep getting faked out a little bit by the defensive coordinator for the Lions. He holds up a yellow card and a red card. And a couple times he had the red card. I'm like, oh, like soccer.
Somebody's getting kicked
Yeah.
out.
So they're working a yellow and red system. We're not trying to steal signals. I don't want anybody thinking that. And we're back into classic Landmark fashion. A long huddle. A slow, deliberate drive.
Well, we've got a bunch set, and they're going to call delay a game on Landmark there.
Oh.
That's a tough call. Landmark coming out in the bunch set with Lofton at the tailback.
Maybe a little too slow and deliberate. I'm going to be happy in about 4 weeks from now when we're wearing like a little sweatshirt.
Yes.
And just a little bit of
There's a little bit of a brisk.
Yeah, that football little nip in the air.
Yeah, September, early October, those are the good days.
Yeah, then you start getting to November and you're up here freezing to death.
All right, same set as we were coming out in earlier. Over adjustment by the defense for for Christian Heritage. We'll see if they go the other side. Nope.
Oh,
yes,
wide open.
They keep it.
Got to beat one guy.
He makes a
He
move.
does. Oh.
He's at the 50. It's going to be 4th down at the 50, and it looks like Landmark's going to end up punting here.
Yeah, I'm punting.
But Lofton's asking for it. Coach Brantley's notorious for this position going for it on 4th.
Middle of the field. I don't know. Game this close.
He's going.
He's trying to keep his defense off the field, you think?
Yeah. Well, Coach Brantley's done a great job in the years of getting lucky with these calls. I know he's called a couple of times back on the 20, 4th down, and able to come up with it. Almost like he's playing Madden.
Yeah, it's like a Les Miles or something. Isn't that the guy at LSU?
Yes, the Mad Hatter. Don't tell Coach Brantley you called him the Mad Hatter. Well, you got to think it's coming to Lofton, and so does the defense. Another delay of game for Landmark.
Oh, well, now we are punting. I don't know how we get 2 delays like that.
Same guy that called the screen and legal man downfield, probably.
Yeah, so that takes it out. There's no guessing there. Lisa Yancey called in. She said, sure wish I was there ringing my cowbell. She was a cowbell ringing lady. That thing was so loud. When we were in the visitor side, we could barely do the broadcast.
I bet if she rang from home right now, we would hear her.
Yeah, Lisa, come on, do it. She says she's missing the live LCS football tonight, but thanks for the good broadcast. Well, thanks, Lisa, for tuning in.
Hopefully Lisa's not buffering then, since she's saying she's got a good broadcast.
Yeah. Well, she's just thinking we're in the first half.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Great
goodness.
kick
Beautiful
by
punt.
Stockton is going to drop at the 20.
Oh.
take a little bit of a bounce, but fortunately go out of bounds, and they're going to put it at the 21.
Yeah.
79 yards now. The Lions are away from their end zone. They're up by 1.
I think God was looking out for us on that one, and he said, Coach, I really don't think you need to go on this one. I'm going to make sure that you punt it. I got a good punt coming out of Stockton's leg, and that's the way we need to go. All right, it's back on the defense, is back again. And this needs to be a stop because we've been ahead most of the game, and they roll down here and score again, and it really puts a lot of pressure on us, especially after getting stalled like that.
We put Big Al Hogan down in there at nose. Drew Anderson could be a quarterback out there at DN.
Yeah, Drew Anderson could be a quarterback. Yeah, Al Hogan in the middle. You're not running over Al Hogan, and it's hard to run around him.
He's got a 2-gap it there. He's a little offset. He's coming through. They got 3 guys on him. Throw to the flat. That's Devin Smith. Devin Smith about to get 4 yards. Great job by Tyson Cooper getting that ball out nice and fast.
Yeah, they were coming hard on him.
Well, Cooper certainly the player of the game right now for the Central Christian Heritage Lions. It's throwing me because Central Carrollton's the Lions. They're the same color. But we won't see them for a couple of weeks.
Right. Well, and, we've been that's the closest we've been on those little out patterns in a while for our corners and our linebackers. So it's good to see that. It's, 5 yards, 4 yard.
Split backs. Looking for the veer to the bottom of your screen here. Nope, they run the veer with Porter. Quarterback gets flushed out. We missed 2 tackles, but who is that on top?
He came.
That's Camden Cusimano, 24601, bringing that quarterback down. And he doesn't look like he's getting up right now. He's getting up a little slow.
24601. Yeah, he came from the other side. Must have crashed down the line. And when you're on that opposite side on the veer, you just come flying.
He broke right through the barricade.
And it looks like we have a timeout.
You didn't catch that reference.
The barricade, nice. You're so quick. I can't keep up.
I've been writing them all summer for that one.
Yeah. People say to me, man, you must love doing the broadcast. I said, that's like the hardest job I have all week. I said, you try to sit next to Rain Man and keep up with him. You're like 10 steps ahead. Is that the quarterback or is that number 16?
That is.
I think it's 16, not 18.
Is it 16?
Seth
so
Hutchinson. And he's been a player tonight.
Okay. Yep. No, Seth Hutchinson's in the huddle.
16, so it is the quarterback.
Yep. It looks like Hutchinson's about to take over.
He is the backup
calling.
quarterback, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that would be a big blow. 18 goes down.
Yep. He seems to be in pain on the sideline. We are certainly in prayers that it's not a serious injury and that he's able to come back. We certainly want them to be at their best as we look to beat them and eat our ice cream.
Yeah. We don't want to see anybody hurt. I don't mind if he's winded for a couple series. But I don't see anybody hurt. 2 men down on CH sideline right now, stretching out. Somebody wrote that.
I think that's our sideline reporter, isn't it?
0105. She's all over it,
Yes.
Cameron Dobbs. We didn't get a after the half thing from her.
Quarterback gets flushed. That's Seth Hutchinson this time. This time, big
Wow.
Drew Anderson drops him.
Crushes him. Now we got a landmark
Fourth
player
down.
down.
Fourth down. I think that's Kenneth Terry. Who's
Yeah.
needing a little breather. It's just going back and forth. Fourth down, you think Christian Heritage will go for it here?
Wow, it's 1 yard. That was a big actually open field tackle there to get him from the first. No, you're punting this ball. There's been crazier things, but I don't know when you're up by 1 point and you've established some momentum in the half that you would get crazy like that. This fancy Yeti cooler isn't probably good enough for you because you drink so much fluid. Is the ice still there?
The ice is still there.
How about that?
The only reason I think the ice melts is because the water's warmer when it comes in than the ice is.
You're going to have to do some kind of research on that. Because
I think I'm going to put it in the hands of Mr. Kaywood, our chemistry teacher, middle school cross-country coach, see what he can tell me.
About those. Yeah, Philip Sword's got one. They put ice in those things, and 3 days later, the ice is still there. Okay, well, that's good. Kenneth Terry's walking off like there's really nothing wrong with him.
I need to put my house in a Yeti cooler over the summer.
Yeah. So it looks like Christian Heritage had time to get their quarterback back in during that break. And are they going for it?
Are they going to go for it?
They're
Are they going to try
going
to
for
get us to jump?
I think they're going for the
trying to
jump. Yeah. We're not really even ready yet. Yeah, they're going for the quick count.
Big decision here. They are going to go for it.
Maybe they'll get a delay game.
Maybe they'll go delay.
He wound it in. Oh, they got it. That's first down.
He's going to get that spot. Big gutsy call there by Central Heritage. I mean, Christian Heritage, sorry, to keep us off the field. Eat up some clock. 3:22 left to go now in the third quarter.
Yeah, well, and I think with Kenneth Terry going down, it gave him a chance to think about it and also get the quarterback in. Well, we need to stop here. We got 3:18 left in the third with Christian Heritage now a new set of downs, and we haven't been on the field that much this half
Matthew
from an
Drury
offense
in.
side.
Brandon Stone showing like he's going to come. Here comes the veer. Quarterback keeps, and Drury on a quick grab and brings him down. So does Renzi Wilkie.
Yeah.
Some key contributions there from young players.
Got another guy cramping up on Christian Heritage. Man, this is going to be a long game. We keep doing this.
Looked like Joey Blunt was offering to stretch him out there for a second.
Yeah. I think he was trying to help him up, but I'm thinking, I don't think the physics works on that. Early in the season, hot, muggy night. I mean, maybe it's, what was that famous first game we had 3 seasons ago against Calvary Day?
Calvary Day.
I think that had more to do with guys not watching their diet. But, yeah, we cramped up in a bad way and lost that game because of it.
Up 21-0, and lost 28-21. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Yes.
That might be one of the biggest, in recent Landmark history, one of the biggest.
Turnarounds.
Yeah, I was going to say flops. That's not good.
The biggest turnaround in history would be the Temple game of 1998. Landmark up 32 points going in the fourth quarter and losing.
That's about as bad as the girls basketball state final with Coach Waller. We're up by 30-some points at half, and they come back and we lose the state championship.
Tough night.
Yeah, 30 points in basketball. I think we went to like 4 corners, and we tried to slow down the game. We just kept letting them score because we didn't want to beat them too bad, and then look what happens. You just got to put the coffin in.
Some great
there.
girls on that team. Christian Honeycutt, one of them.
Yeah. Oh, he's just launching.
Quarterback launching it. Stone going up.
Good
with
job.
Hutchison, and he's able to make a great play. It's going to be third down and long now.
Yeah, the quarterback had some pressure in his face, so he just had to lean back and launch it. Great timing by, was that Blunt or Stone?
That was Stone.
Yeah, great timing there.
Stone seems to still have a little stiffness in his leg and maybe even his back, but he did a great job there.
So third and about 7, maybe 8.
Gabrielson and Wilkie back in. Matthew Drury at linebacker. Taylor Snyder. Josh Cobb in the middle.
The Lions seem to be going a lot more to the air the second half. I don't know what they saw at halftime, but we haven't given up too many pass plays.
Trips
Big
to the
ones.
top.
Oh, yes.
First miscue we've seen from that quarterback as
Yeah.
he drops the snap. I don't think he was quite ready for it. Might be a miscue from the center.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's 100% after taking that little break. I think he's just still a little off.
Well, here comes the punter, Hutchison.
That'd be the second punt we've seen from him tonight, right?
Yes.
What did he do the first time? I don't remember.
I don't
that.
remember.
We have
Is this the second punt? Have we seen a punt?
I don't know, but we have no one back to receive the punt.
Well, we usually have Ferguson and Blunt back. It looks like we're just putting oh, yeah, I remember. Ferguson muffed it a little bit.
Muffed it, yeah. He called fair catch and did the muff.
Nice high kick.
Wow, that's up there. Oh, no.
He's saying, get away.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
hit
off
them,
of
hit them.
It's going to
It's
be
dead.
our ball at the 40-yard line, 60 yards away.
One hit the guy, it's immediately dead, isn't it?
We got a little extracurricular going between what looks like, isn't that their quarterback?
Yeah.
Their quarterback getting into it with one of our players, flag thrown. I would have to think that's on them.
Usually when you have a quarterback, though, they think they're going after a quarterback. I think was that Joshua Cobb in there?
Well, he threw whoever it was on the ground after the play.
Oh, he threw him on the ground, the quarterback
Yes.
did? Wow.
Well, they're going to talk it over. Personal foul against the Lions. Landmark has the ball at the 40, going to move it up into the Lions' territory.
Wow, big penalty there. Great advantage, Landmark. This is one you got to capitalize on. game's gotten slowed down after the half. Both teams have kind of settled into this kind of just stumble a little bit, beat each other up.
Well, that, and I think we were wrong. We came in from half saying Lofton. Minute 43, and he hasn't touched the ball yet.
Yeah, I know. The whole quarter's gone.
He had one kickoff return, which he did a great job recovering a muffed return, and he hasn't done anything since.
Well, it was Stockton.
Yep. Well, trips again. They put Stone into motion. Here comes Lofton, straight through the line.
Wow.
He's going to go. He lowers his shoulder. And Nasir Porter saves the touchdown. But Lofton picks up 17 yards.
If Lofton's other than a guy who wants to hit you, he might have scored there, like jumped or made a move. But he's like, no, you're here.
Recognize it. There's 5 yards over here, and here's this guy I want to hit.
Right.
I think that's the Douglasville in him.
Yeah. Hey, if you're going to be out here with me, I'm going to take a shot on you.
That's the Tidwell size. The Fouts is the speed. Tidwell's going to hit you.
Right.
All right,
oh, great
on the read
job.
by Stockton.
Great job,
Stockton.
Oh, he's in.
Easily. Look at the run. It
wow.
looks just like he did in the hurdles at the state track meet. And so Landmark moves up.
He gave that.
22.
He actually gave that to Lofton and then pulled it out. And because of that delay, it gave him the ability to crack it. And then once he saw the seam, as you said, he saw the end zone.
Well, I think Lofton kind of pinched down on it, which he's not supposed to.
Right.
He's supposed to create that pocket and just know the ball's there if it is. I can't blame Lofton for wanting to run the ball, but Stockton did a great job there.
So our offense took all of 20 seconds off the clock to give the defense a big breather here.
And Mr. Automatic puts it up.
A little sideways, but it went up. Okay, it says Lofton's Uncle Mike reaching out to say we are glad to have the Landmark football back. You guys are in mid-season. Now I got to re-up that. You guys are in mid-season form on game one. Looking forward to a great season. So, Uncle Mike. You know Uncle Mike?
I've got the family tree. Uncle Mike is on the foul side. Uncle Mike is a fast one.
Oh, okay. Did Uncle Mike go to Landmark?
No.
Okay. Uncle Mike, tell us where you went to school and what position you played.
Jack Tidwell was nice enough to print an entire family tree out, so I know exactly who all the cousins are.
I think we need that for all of Douglasville, but I'd be afraid that there'd be some people related to each other out there in Douglasville that ought not to be.
All right, you said that.
I said that on the air, didn't I? Wow, I'm really going to get in trouble. No, it's just, when you're in Douglasville, people there for like 6 and 7 generations. It's such a great place to live, they never leave. Stockton in the end zone, through the end zone.
It'd be nice to go through the uprights. It's definitely not returnable. Puts it right on the R.
They've only had one return all night.
And that was actually less than the 20.
Right. I'll go for the 20 every time. I'll spot somebody 20. I'm not going for the risk that will get them closer.
Well, here comes 18. Tyson Cooper banged up a little bit on the last series. Personal foul at the end after the punt.
Yeah, and that might be a little frustration too.
You got to talk through as a coach with him, get his head back straight. He's done such an excellent job through this point, leading this team.
And, when you're a playmaker for your team and you're a little down or something, you get frustrated. Those things happen. He's a little banged up. And, he wants his team to win. He wants to do the best he can, and it just shows.
Lions come with the empty set, try to throw the hitch and go. He goes up on Peyton Hayes, and he's able to just go up and grab it with one hand. Can't fault Peyton there. He's perfect position.
I'll tell you what, you can't take anything away from Scrappy Doo there. That kid went up and took that down with one hand. I mean, that was just a circus catch. That was beautiful. Oh, here it comes. Lisa Yancey. Hey, watch it. Cusimano's on Dashing Douglasville. Danny is only my fourth cousin.
Who's Danny?
Her husband.
Okay.
So Lisa and Danny, they're 4 or 5 times removed. That's great.
Does that make Will Yancey like his own fifth cousin?
Well, that we'll need a family tree for. That was a good one, Lisa. I like it. Oh, the
Here's
pitch.
the pitch to Porter.
Oh,
Porter's looking to dance back
nothing.
and forth, and we eat him up. 3-yard loss.
Wow.
Helmet comes off of Porter. Porter's going to have to lead for that.
Chuck, that's backpedaling is not working. You better give us some love in Douglasville. Armin and John L. We do love Douglasville. I mean, if it wasn't for Douglasville, I'm not sure that Landmark would even exist because it's at least a third of our enrollment. It was a tough time there for a year when that bridge was out. All the kids were coming late, all the Douglasville people.
Well, if it weren't for Douglasville, we wouldn't have principals. I know that.
That's-
All 3 principals coming from Douglasville. And I mean principals like in leaders of the school. We would still have moral principals.
Wow. They're just throwing it everywhere now. I think the coach is going Air Corielda with us now. He's not trying to run at all. And that was one of their better features early on was that veer, and they were running with it, and then they would pull the pass up.
Well, you got to wonder if the quarterback, Tyson Cooper's just struggling a little bit physically, and he's trying to protect him. You know, you want to win the game, but you certainly don't want to put your quarterback at risk this early in the season.
Yeah, I'm going with Hutchinson, 16, because he can catch the ball.
He can sky. And Devin Smith at the top of the screen, number 20, isn't bad either.
Yeah, you got Ferguson down here on him.
Porter's still not back in the game from the removed helmet. Quarterback takes the drop. Looks like he can't find a man. He's going to run for it.
Oh, he got past Terry.
He's got room. He has some speed there.
Yes, he does. Wow. He had, I'd like to see him and Stockton in a foot race because he turned it on.
Well, he's going to end up being about a yard and a half shy, maybe a little bit shorter than that. Decision time again. They've already gone for it once
I think
from a short distance.
40 seconds ago in the third, and they're down by 6. I think the coach is going for it. He's going to go up the middle. That's a big yard right there. It's more like a yard and a half.
Well, they're dancing around trying to figure out what the play call is.
Bringing Hutchinson back in.
Smith and Hutchinson at the top of the screen. I got to think they're going to go that way with the bulk of their receivers.
Could do a play action here, and we bite
timeout.
on it. Yeah, that's good. Good call. We got a game. Landmark's only up by 6. So it seems like we've taken the momentum back here, but any one play can change a lot.
Well, our defense definitely needs a breather at some point. Our offense has just done so well when they step on the field, not giving us much of a chance to catch our wind.
What are you seeing down there, Cameron? I know I just caught you off guard.
Well, really, we're just trying to push hard right now. We've heard Coach Ross over here saying that Christian Heritage is on their last leg, and we really want to push hard right now and work while they're tired and just keep our defense moving.
Yeah, that's a good observation. We've talked about this time and time on the program how we seem to be the better early season team with conditioning, and Christian Heritage came out looking strong, but they're tired. They got a lot of guys playing both ways too, and the guys that are out there are just doing everything, and they just don't have as much. We got a whole nother quarter here, and I think it's a great call by Coach Ross. Let's push now. Don't give them a breather. What else you got, Cameron?
Well, with that, also a huge shout out to our hydration team, keeping our players charged and ready to go. You see a lot of the Christian Heritage teammates down on the ground with cramping and other just, like you said, getting tired. So great job for them keeping our players nice and hydrated.
Big fourth down here. Cooper under center trying to draw us off. Takes the snap. Here's the give on the veer. There's a flag. And the veer is just eaten up. I don't know what the flag is, but I think Landmark has made the stop and has the ball on their side.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going to mark the forward progress, but they pushed him 8 yards back. That flag came in quick.
Well, they're marking him for a slight loss on a fourth down. Illegal shift. Decline. Landmark football at the Lions 41.
Great turn of events for Landmark here. How about Miss Dobbs over there calling it the hydration specialists? What do we call them, the hydrologists?
Hydrologists?
I think there's people that drill for water. I'm not sure. But the people on Douglasville probably could tell me. All right, this is when you put the nail in the coffin, right?
Well, this is certainly where you want to put them two scores back.
You're always hedging on me. I'm going for nail in the coffin in the third quarter of the game, and you're
I was at that game when we were up 32 in the fourth.
Okay.
There is no nail.
Look at Lofton. Wow.
Here comes Lofton. There's no stopping him. He pushes through about 17 yards inside the 30.
It's just amazing that he hits the hole, and there's all black jerseys around, but somehow they don't grab him.
Well, looks like it could be another short offensive series for Landmark. Zach Stone at the up back.
We got Lori Gustafson. She said, great to hear you gentlemen. Wow, we're gentlemen now.
Gentlemen.
Calling the game again this year. The team looks fantastic, and thanks for the shout-out. There goes Lofton doing it again.
It's like, it's just old hat. He
Look
goes
at-
into some kind of automatic mode.
Look at Coach
everything
Brantley. He's
runs.
running down, trying to get him back up and get
Yep.
one more play
Well,
before.
I tell you, that's when he's at the best, was when he's not
Oh,
overthinking it, that he just wants to run the next play,
Yeah.
play. When he's got his rhythm, look out defenses.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not the smartest guy in the stadium, but I think everybody says number 43 up the middle,
Yes.
number 43 off the edge.
The one thing, though, is you've got that run it again symbol where you run
Yeah.
your hand over
And then you
over.
fake it.
Except the problem with that is a who's the coach for Auburn now? Malzahn.
yeah.
That is a Gus Malzahn symbol. You will not see Wayne Brantley, the Alabama fan, do anything closely related in any way to Gus Malzahn.
You know, I think for Christmas I'm going to buy Wayne some orange and blue just to see something really nice that
Well-
it would pain him to get rid of it.
I felt that he was probably going to be paying last week. We had the trees rolled out there on the stadium, kind of had that Tumors Corner look going.
Really?
He seemed to shrug it off all right.
Did they get all the toilet paper out of the trees?
I don't know. I haven't been back out
We
there.
wouldn't know because we're not going to have a home game for like another millennium.
Yep, September 18th. Mark your calendars.
You don't have to listen to us, or you could. You can come out to the game and still put in your earbuds, and that's the way you do it. You come to the stadium, you get free Wi-Fi off the guest connection,
Landmark
so it
connection.
won't buffer.
Yes.
You listen to us do the play-by-play, and you get to watch the live action.
Now, I happen to know that Mr. Titus actually has done that at home games.
It might throw you off if we got a little delay because
Yes.
we're talking about the play 3 plays ago, and you're ahead of us. But, hey,
Bunch set. Here's the handoff to Lofton. He
course.
cuts back, and he's just powering through.
wow.
Tackler just grabbed his leg. That was number 60. Just holding on for dear life as Lofton dragged him two more yards.
Oh, look at us lining it up on quick set. Oh,
Coach Brantley
love
calling
it.
2 plays in the huddle.
Yeah, Stockton going in the wedge. That's the football I like. They're tired. You know, everybody got their hands on their hips. I've been a defensive player. You're just like, really? Can you give us a break here? And when you get the momentum, you got to keep running it.
It's like you're downhill, and you're just going to roll over them.
So we got 11:33, clock's running, and now we're going to set up in the huddle, probably call a play, maybe 2. It's 2nd down and 7. We can still get the first, which I'd actually like to see us do 2 or 3 plays here before we score, just to get a little breather for that defense.
Just a little more time off the clock.
Oh, fumble.
Lofton falls on the fumbled snap. Saves us big there. Going to bring up 3rd down.
Kyle Carrera looking up in the sky. So he said, oh, what I do is got his hands on his helmet. Yeah, Kyle's done a great job. I haven't seen too many miscues this season.
Well,
It's only been 2 games.
It's key to have a center that can snap that shotgun and snap under center and be able to do that so well. And Kyle, just a sophomore out there, doing a great job. Now, I would love to see at some point if we just did snap it straight to Lofton and let him go.
Yeah.
Here comes quarterback. Throw into the corner. He short arms it,
Oh,
and the receiver can't come up with it. It was kind of scary there for a
yeah, it
second.
was, because there was 3 black jerseys from ours.
Yes.
I thought it was a pick 6.
4th down, and here comes what looks like the kicking team.
Huh. Just seemed funny we went to the air when we were having such great success running it. Bring in Cobb, you bring in some other guys.
Yeah, well, again, when Coach Brantley's a little overthinking it, trying to finesse it a little too much sometimes, we run into that, and I think that fumbled snap caused him to do it.
Mr. Automatic, we need one here.
He puts it up.
Oh, yeah.
He easily puts it through. This one is good this time. There's a flag on the field.
Wow, this has been a highly flagged game.
It has a lot of penalties. Not as much as that one game.
Yeah, the 47
Yes.
one.
That was Wilkinson County at our place, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Oh, look at this. Isn't our next game in Douglas County at Lithia Springs? Yeah, Douglas County is so pervasive in our culture here at Landmark that we even schedule games in Douglas County to play at.
Schedule games with 5A schools in Douglas County to play.
Yeah, thanks, Douglas County. We love you. Douglasville. They got any good barbecue in Douglasville?
I wouldn't know. Maybe while our D-ville fans can text in.
Yeah,
and
we
let
need
us
a good
know.
barbecue.
Good barbecue.
Because I think you and I need to
Well,
let's eat barbecue.
Hudson's is in Douglasville, isn't it?
I have never been to Hudson's.
I'm pretty sure
ashamed to say that.
Hudson's, Alexa Hudson and Seth Hudson, both former Landmark students.
Okay.
Their dad was
It's not a
proprietor of Hudson.
like a South Carolina-based one that's kind of vinegary. I don't like that.
Yeah, well,
I need the tomato pasty kind of stuff.
we're going to have to get some information from the Douglasville people. What kind is Hudson?
I'm going to take you out to barbecue before the next game.
Okay.
How about that? It's
That
close.
sounds good. Yeah.
As soon as we get out of school, we'll get up there, get a thing. You know, I miss those little road trips like we had with Alcatraz, and he
Yes, when he
kidnapped
locks us
us.
down.
Yeah, we ate at some
No-
crazy place that
No
night.
bathroom for you.
Yeah. What was the name of that place we ate at? Some pizza joint, or it was like a Subway.
It was a Firehouse or a Larry's Giants.
No, it was a big
King
King Kong sub or something. You remember he had on the wall?
I think it was Larry's Giant sub.
Larry Giant sub.
I
All
think
right.
there was a King Kong on the wall, though.
Okay, here we are, 4th down, and
Fourth down and
We're going
one or
for it.
two. We're going to go for it.
because they're
Motion. Hand the ball off to Lofton. He's easily
Yeah.
going to pick up that first and more. And
Oh,
he falls
he's in.
into the end zone. Nope, they're going to mark him short.
wow.
If they can find an inch to draw him back, they take it. And so
So
it's
they
gonna
didn't
be
take the-
first down.
Yeah, they didn't take the 3 points off the board. There they go. Because for some reason, the field goal was penalized,
Yes.
and it was against Christian Heritage. I was too busy talking about barbecue. I apologize.
Well, Christian Heritage earlier left the points on the board, and here we take them off, hoping to get that many more.
Somebody said, ask Chip McAllister. He'll know the answer to that question. He must be a big barbecue guy.
He's certainly not a D-ville guy, though, right?
No.
The McAllisters are.
He's
Peachtree City,
Avery
aren't they?
Park,
Oh,
yeah.
Avery Park? Okay, Noonan.
That's a touchdown all day long.
Touchdown. Landmark doubles the 3 points they took off, and now they are up 34-22.
There's Stockton McGuire on the wedge.
All right, so at this point, you're up 12 points. Do you put 2 on?
Yeah. You run. Either Stockton or Tidwell up the middle.
Yeah, well, you got Mr. Automatic on the field, and Stockton's running off.
Okay, once again, I'm not a coach. I've been wrong all night tonight. I hope this isn't going to be how the season goes because I've had a couple good seasons. I was on a run. Me and Brantley are not on the same wavelength, me and Coach Brantley. I got to go out to eat with him. Oh. No good. What?
What? Hold on.
We have a really bad angle here. I mean, he drilled it, and it was going sideways, but I find that hard to believe.
I don't know, but I'm sure we're going to get the text in from the Mollies. They're going to be screaming.
Oh, yeah. Bring Molly out.
Bring Molly out.
Now, he's talking to the White Hat. Are you sure the White Hat's like, I look good to me?
Well, that's one that looked like was good for us and didn't get it, and then there was one for them that we could have sworn got pushed, and they made it.
So that's a double lose.
Yes. Ends up a 4-point swing.
Well, we're up by 12 now, so you should have gone for the 2.
Should have gone for the 2. You got to think that Lofton at this point can get the 3 yards whenever he wants it,
Yeah. Looks
as
like
long as the snap is there.
so. Here's the big series for Christian Heritage. 9:52 to go. They got to get some points on the board, and they got to have some pep in their step.
You got to figure out how you're going to respond with your quarterback. He's been a little off since Camden took him down on that tackle.
Except for that one play on the over there.
Well, I think he's got great speed. I think,
You just got to get him out there and let him run
yes.
because you're throwing him too much now.
Stop making him think and let him just go on instinct.
Oh, this one might be returnable.
It's going to be
Nope.
at the bottom of the S, and Christian, they're going to bring it out to the 20. Landmark defense got a little bit of a breather there, 34-22. We are at 9:52 left in the
Fourth quarter.
9:52 in the game.
I think I'm starting to feel like my ice cream's going away tonight.
It's going away?
Yeah, that
You're gonna get to eat
drumstick.
it?
It's called a drumstick.
Drumstick. You're going to get to eat the drumstick?
Oh, what do you mean? You too? I got
All
one
right,
for you.
all right.
We got our own personalized coolers. You want something out of that? You got a Coke
I'm
Zero?
good. I got some water just a second ago. Us having drumsticks reminds me of John Madden. I don't know if you know when they used to call the Thanksgiving game.
Oh.
You'd have the turkey.
Oh, you'd have the
and
big plate
And
there.
they would sew the extra drumsticks on it because that was his favorite. He'd give drumsticks to all the
Right.
key players.
And didn't even have the drumstick award or something.
Yes.
Yeah. He also drove around in a bus because he didn't like flying.
He didn't
the
fly
Madden
anywhere.
bus. Is he passed away or is he still alive?
I think he passed away, but
It seems like I think
I
that.
couldn't be sure.
But I think Madden 2016 came out on video game. Does
Yes.
he have to be alive to have a Madden game? Probably not.
I don't think so. I know when he stopped broadcasting, that's about when I stopped watching the NFL.
Yeah. He was great. I aspire to be like him.
You do a great job.
Oh, look at that.
What you really needed is a telestrator, and you'd have it.
A telestrator, exactly. Well, and he was so large and light. Look at that. That guy's freezing. Oh, that's unbelievable. Look, they don't even wear any sleeves. They're freezing out there. Well, the pace has really slowed down in the game, hasn't it?
It certainly has.
It's gotten as muggy
gotten
as
like-
the weather.
It's slowly creeping. There's still no huddle, but they certainly aren't at any kind of up tempo.
No, I think all the boys have been losing some gas here. Oh, here we go. 9:14 to go. Got a
It's
third
down and long.
Yeah, 13. They're going to the air again.
Cooper's looking
Oh,
to
look
throw.
at
He's
Snyder.
got a
Look
wheel.
at Snyder.
Snyder's chasing, going for the big catch.
He got it. Not a first
He's gonna
down,
end
but
up
wow.
not even getting back to the original line of scrimmage, but Brandon Stone came up big. He was hoping to make the grab and go on into the end zone. Brought him down instead. So now down 12. They're going to have to punt to Landmark from deep in their territory. Punter's heels are on the 10-yard line.
Boy, the difference has been the pressure on the quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah, and they've decided to throw more. Taylor Snyder's been all over him.
Well, I think the quarterback's just not able to make the same decisions he was making earlier in the game. Ferguson isn't even going to be there to return. He's going to come up. It's a high kick. Got to yell, get away. Poison, poison. Going to take a good bounce for the Christian Heritage Lions and take it to the Landmark 47-yard line. 53 yards to try to put another score on.
I'm getting hammered. It says John Madden is alive. Alcatraz would know that. We got an Alcatraz fan. Where's Alcatraz? Where's Alcatraz? We want Alcatraz. John Madden is alive. Alcatraz would know that.
That doesn't happen to be Alcatraz, is it? Do you have
I don't
his
have his
program on
number.
your phone?
8112 is the last four. Look that number up.
I've got Alcatraz on the phone. I mean, on my.
You think Alcatraz is calling in for
that's
himself?
not Alcatraz,
Okay.
so-
He's got a fan out there. He gave it. He's using one of his kids'
Well,
phones.
we miss Alcatraz just as much as you do, and if he hadn't known that, Randy Gravitt would have texted in.
Yeah.
Hand off to keeps. He's got the corner. He's going to run wide.
Great move.
Luke McLean's unable to hold on to the block there, but Stockton's still able to get 4 yards.
Flag down on the bottom of the screen. Cameron,
That's a weird
how's it
place
going
for it.
over there on the sideline? I know the hydration specialists are doing a great job. What else you got? The fans are a little quiet on our side. What's going on?
Definitely just trying to push through in these last 8 minutes here. Our offense is doing it, as you can see, and just really pressing right now, trying to get some momentum and keep pressing.
See if you can get him to ring the bells over there. You think you can get the bells going?
I can try.
I would listen to you if you told me to ring the bell. I got binoculars. Do you see I brought these tonight? I can see all the way across the field with the binoculars. Okay, now it's 1st and 15 for Landmark. Clearly that was an illegal. It might have been a block in the back down here.
Yeah.
And the sad part, it was not close to the play, but, those things happen. It's still the first game.
We always huddle 15 more yards back from every penalty.
And did he chalk it in? Oh, we don't. Or I say we might even have delay.
Well, we might get the shovel pass to Lofton here. I mean, nope. Going to throw the
Oh,
screen.
wide open to number 8, Jiminy Crickets.
Lofton breaks one tackle. He gets eaten up, but still gets 2 yards.
There was no one on Joey Blunt for 20 yards.
Yeah, well, we had the screen going. We couldn't throw down the field.
Oh,
Once they see that Lofton's in and we're dropping,
yeah.
here it is. We're going to go get that guy. Do our best to.
I think Dr. Podolsky's above me going, it's wide open, it's wide open. Let's fake the screen and boom. You give Joey Blunt the ball in the open field, he's scoring. Luke McLean down the bottom of your screen, and we got double set up top. Oh, that's a good set there.
Lofton gets the ball straight ahead on a trap.
That might be his
Picks up
shortest.
4 yards.
Might be his lowest yards per carry in a while. A mere 4.
Mere 4. He gets it back to the original line of scrimmage after the penalty, and it's going to be 3rd down and 10 now.
Yeah, that's a big down. I hear a few bells on the Christian Heritage side. Must be a neon night. Christian Heritage, they got everybody with the neon colors on.
They do.
It's wear blue on the Landmark side tonight. Stockton back to pass.
Stockton looking really deep, but no,
Oh.
he fills up short, and that was looking for Blunt.
That was the play that Blunt was open. It's just too long to develop.
Toomer was gone down the sideline.
Yeah, there was nobody back there with him.
Well, Christian Heritage defense comes up with a big stop after a Landmark penalty. 7:01 left, and they got a chance to get back within a score.
You fake it here?
Landmark?
Yeah. I'd punt it. Force them back. You got them on their heels. Defense has been playing good.
You do have Stockton back there to throw it.
You're not faking it because Camden Cusimano's the outback. He's my son, but they're not snapping the quick snap to him.
They might throw the screen to him. Here comes the punt. Nice kick off
Nice
to the side.
high.
Porter yells to get away. Ball's going to take a nice Landmark roll. Keeps rolling. It's at the 10 and still going. Just inside the 10. Great job there by Stockton. Not the biggest of punts, but it was away from the return guy, and he kind of let it go. Cost him at least 15 yards.
Yeah. Says, I love me some soup as much as the next guy, but the universe deserves some Molly.
Soup is the student nickname for Mr. Automatic.
Yeah, soup.
So
the student nickname. You want us to call him Soup?
We might have to. He didn't get that last one.
Yeah.
I don't care if it went through. He's got to get the officials to believe it went through.
Yeah. I want to put a camera on the top of the goalpost, and have the camera cam or something.
The very least he can do if he sees that they're waving it away
is
to fall down and act like he got hit.
Right.
Try to get the penalty so he can kick again.
They got a little drum line over here at Christian Heritage. It's hard with the single A school to get a good band going. We got a good drum line. I got some cymbals. I'll tell you who brings the band is Josie.
Josie brings the band. Lithia did a good job bringing the band. So did Central. A lot of big schools on the schedule again this year.
Yeah, we're playing them for their bands.
Yes.
5A school, they bring a nice band. Who do we play the one year? They brought like 3 buses just for the band, and I was like, oh, my goodness. Who was that, Josie?
I think that was Central, wasn't it?
Central. They played it at our place.
Yes.
That's right. They had like 7 buses. We said they had more buses for their team and their band than we had for all of Landmark.
They had more. I think they had more people in their band than Landmark had in the high school is what we had decided.
Okay, here we go. Back on the defense. See if they can make a big stop here. Maybe even get a little points on the board from the defense. Interception, a fumble. Oh, look at that.
Big mistake by Tyson Cooper.
Wow.
You just got to think, from the game he played early, he's not all there right now.
No, and because I know that I know for a fact that if they thought he had a concussion, he wouldn't be playing. But he's almost playing like a guy that just isn't.
Is dazed in some way. Yes.
Yeah. The synapses aren't happening. Maybe he's just overtired because for the first half they played him both ways, and he was taking some shots on defense and offense.
And, it could just be pain,
Yeah.
A player experiencing, a stinger or something, it's going to distract him from concentration. Cooper under center, split back. They've been running the veer out of this.
Get a safety.
Run the dive,
Oof.
try to push forward, and they're going to get a yard out of it. Going to bring it back into a little bit safer territory to the 4.
Going to get some great pressure here because, you can't do a whole lot. You're nervous. You're back there. All you can, maybe roll out for a pass, maybe try to run up the middle. But unless we do something dumb, we might get some good field position.
Well, you got to think 5:40 left here on the clock.
Another
You want to score, but you don't want to be foolish.
Right. I like to see a safety.
A safety would be awesome here by Taylor Snyder. Nope, he's not coming on the rush. But the
Raptors
got him. Raptor wrapped him up.
Oh.
All right, so
that's outside of the hash.
There's
intentional grounding.
That is a safety. There is no receiver. He threw the ball away. I don't think he was outside the tackle. So,
wow.
But
that was a safety that
down.
wasn't called. That's all right. It got what we wanted. They were nervous. The punter's going to be with his heels almost to the back of the end zone.
That's Hutchinson, the backup quarterback. Great receiver. He's got great hands. Key thing is if the snap is high, we know he will get it.
Yeah, but he's back there. We got nobody back again.
We had one kick blocked early in the game by Blunt. I don't see him in the game.
Are we going for the block?
Looks like we're going for the block.
We got nobody back for the return. Why would we do that?
Well, Ferguson's been having issues fielding the ball. So go for the block, and the ball's going to roll dead about the landmark 49-yard line. 51 yards to go, 5 minutes. Landmark can get a good sustainable drive here, whether they score or not. It'll put the nail in the coffin that you've been asking for.
Yeah, I've been asking for that for a quarter now. I like to put the nail in the coffin quick and tell jokes.
Yes.
But you know what? Actually, it's a better first game because when you get stronger, when you have a struggle.
Yes.
You know, when do you? And I think that I would hate to come and win, no matter who we play, win a couple easy games and we get a little overconfident. I think this was a good test for our defense to realize that it's a lot more complicated running what we're doing, and we got to focus. But they've really come out the second half looking good.
Here comes Lofton. Quarterback keeps it, throws it out to Blunt.
Wow.
On the bubble, he's going full speed at the sideline. Flags everywhere.
Flags down here.
Blunt gets down to the 11, but I think we're going to have a receiver blocking. We're going to have something else over here on the near field.
Stockton's down. I think he's just tying his shoe, or he cramped.
I think he's tying his shoe.
Al Hogan was laying on two guys here at the 50. There's a flag there, so they might call him for holding, but he was just laying on top of two guys. And that might, if Al Hogan's laying on top of you, that could be unnecessary roughness, just because he's laying on you. He's so big.
Well, I tell you, I have no patience for an official that's going to call holding for an offensive lineman who buries his man.
Yeah.
That is the key job of the offensive lineman, is to finish that block. And if he's pushing him down on the ground, he's blocked.
And it's way away from the play.
Yes.
What do we call it? It's against us. I can see it. We got holding against Landmark. Declined. Personal foul against Landmark. What was the personal foul?
Something over there with the receivers. I'm not quite sure what it was.
Man, that was a good-looking play, though.
It was.
You get Blunt in open space like that and let him go.
They've been working that for a long time, trying to get that to click. It's quite the difficult task for a quarterback to pull, run like he's going to keep it, and then throw that bubble.
Yeah.
Great job
and
there
put
by
good touch on it,
Stockton.
too. Yeah. Coach Brantley's dialing them all up, instead of just running up the middle.
Quarterback keeps it, dives forward. He picks up about 6 of those 15 yards we lost. We now have.
Well, that was a huge penalty.
Yes.
Now second down and still 15, 16, 17.
That's 17 yards was how far we were from the end zone before the penalty. Luke McLean at the bottom, Toomer at the top. In the slot, Peyton Hayes in at receiver on offense.
Scrappy's in.
Stockton makes the call. Run the option with Lofton. Here's the pitch. Lofton's got a full head of steam coming down, and he buries his shoulder into, looks like, number one, Porter. And so Porter makes the tackle and the stop, but Lofton picks up a good 12 yards and brings us into third and manageable.
Porter's checking his chin strap about 4 times now. He's a tough kid, but that was a shot. You go short side of the field, and you give it to Tidwell and just let him put steam coming down. Yeah, I've been that number one right there, quarterback. He's still stinging.
We're going to come We're going to come short side of the field as long as that free safety's playing middle.
Oh, fumble. Yikes.
Well, it seems like nothing seems to be clicking for either side on offense. Just becoming a comedy of errors as teams are just, I think, struggling with the humidity and the exhaustion of a first game.
Yeah, I think we're losing some focus. They're tired, no doubt about it, offense and defense, and we're starting to get some sloppy play. That's why you're seeing the penalties. I'm glad we haven't seen the frustrations and the personal fouls. I don't think have been anything real flagrant. They've just been some, maybe a bad block or something.
Well,
hey, it says, who tells good jokes? Molly Malbacher.
Molly Malbacher. Cooper takes the snap. He's dropping. He's going to run. But he's going to get grabbed. 3 defensive linemen, all 3 of them on that play. Well, nope. One of them, Taylor Snyder, the linebacker. Dylan Gabrielson, and then the Raptor, Kenneth Terry, comes in and finishes them off.
Yeah, he got hurt on that a little bit. He got his bell rung. You know, when you're a quarterback and you get held up and you're just standing there like a Statue of Liberty, that's not good.
I think he's just ready to be done.
3:12 to go.
Night to be over. Time
out.
Time out there.
Timeout.
Got too many guys on the field.
He was looking right at the ref and calling
He was
timeout,
calling
and the
timeout
ref
all over
threw
the
the
place.
flag at him. Can he do that? I guess he did. Man, I don't know about that one.
I don't know why the White Hat's throwing the flag for delay of game anyways. That's the back judge's call. He keeps.
Or
the
did he get him from
clock.
too many guys on the field? Did too many guys break from the huddle?
Didn't he signal? I don't know. Maybe it was a legal substitution.
He hasn't signaled it yet. They were talking about it. Coach, no, how can the coach come all the way out and talk to the guy when we had the screenplay?
Yeah.
We weren't even allowed out. Oh, he's telling him to go back. Oh, he's hot.
Well, that's a critical mistake.
Now, did they give him grant him the timeout? Is that why he's out talking to him? It must have been the timeout. Surely they can't still be talking about the call. And everybody's out getting water on the field. I think he charged him. He threw the flag and charged him on the timeout. But we haven't come out and gotten any water.
Yeah.
We've been sitting there. Something ain't right.
Well, you play a dangerous game as a coach to talk to the officials in that way. You either can fire them up or you
Right.
can make them see there's some desperation in you, and they start to feel it themselves.
Yeah. I mean, they're not out of it. They need to score here quick.
They're doing very well compared to where they were last year. Landmark's got to come up big with a stop on this series of downs.
Peyton Hayes is playing 12 yards off the ball. We got 3 guys trips on the top of your screen.
You're going to roll to those trips. The quarterback's going to still look to run. Got flag on the field.
That was odd.
Quarterback does a great job, picks up 20 yards as he dances around. Defenders can't seem to find
Did
him.
you see him jump up in the air and make a move and there was nobody around?
A little phantom defender, phantom tackle,
I think it's got to be a
a hold.
hold, yeah. It did exactly what you said. It fired up the refs.
Yep.
And we've had a lot of flags. I wish I would have kept track in this game. It's starting to get a little high on the count.
Well, we've got it recorded.
Do we? Oh, we'll just go back and count them. We are recording. We're double recording tonight. Well, I appreciate all the people that texted in. We love you, Douglasville. We might have to have a big banner here in the booth that says we love Douglasville.
You definitely will need a big banner. It'll be tough in Lithia Springs because you can't put "We love you, Douglas County" because Douglas County's a rival, and
Oh, yeah.
you got to let them know though some way. I wonder how big the booth is over at Lithia. 5A school. Are we going to have a big booth, or are we going to have a little one like we had at Morrow?
I think we're having a big booth. Plush. Yeah,
Plush.
I'm dreaming about it. Air conditioning. That's what I'm dreaming
Air
about.
conditioning,
Air conditioning.
refrigerated.
And we're going to have lots of ice cream. Oh, look
Here
at
comes the
Snyder.
blitz.
Oh, he's
Snyder.
got him. Oh.
Here comes the screen.
Good call.
They set it up very well on the far side.
Peyton Hayes.
Peyton Hayes makes the grab
Wow.
on Porter. Porter picks up about 15 yards. He's still going to be 11 yards shy of the first down. 2:44 left to go in the game as Landmark leads 34-22.
I know I sound like I'm piling on Scrappy Doo there, Peyton Hayes, but I played that corner spot, and when you got a guy coming full speed like that and you're outsized, and to make an open field tackle like he did, that was great.
Well, I think Peyton kind of looks at it as a takedown in wrestling.
Yeah. You got guys down here.
Quarterback rolling.
Oh,
Able to find.
wow. Joey Blunt made him pay for that. Woo!
Fourth down now, 7 yards to go. They're going to have to go for it with 2:30 left.
Yeah.
This is a play. If the defense can make the stop here, it will be over. A lot of time moving off the clock here as Christian Heritage tries to get set and figure out what they're going to do next.
Yeah. Landmark's still trying to figure out, too, because they don't know what the schedule is.
Devin Smith at the top, Hutchinson at the bottom, Cooper waiting for the snap.
I'm throwing to Hutchinson. He's your go-to
He's
guy.
looking at
him.
Hutchinson.
Oh,
He's
too
gonna
much pressure.
roll.
Too much pressure.
He gets away from Cobb. He finds
Oh.
Hutchinson in a clutch
Wow.
grab by
Wow.
Hutchinson right there in the hole of the zone. 30-yard line, 30 yards from the goal. Minute 58 left, and they're down 12 points.
Yeah, that was a lot of poise by that quarterback with all those guys in his
They're
face.
on the line. Are they they're gonna have to run a play. He's in the shotgun. He can't burn. An incompletion.
Oh, now we're not coming after him too hard. Oh.
He scraps for some yards, but that's going to run the clock.
Is their last timeout? I think so. Referee timeout.
Official
yeah,
timeout.
injuries.
It looks like number
Terry.
3, Terry, might be a little banged up. Hopefully it's just well, they're rushing out there pretty quick.
He's not moving. He's just laying there. There he goes. Well, that's a good break for Christian Heritage. You'll get a breather here because their offense was all in a scramble and hurrying up, and they're tired. You got 18, the quarterback. I think if we wouldn't have been down, he may have been down on that one. It's pretty quiet here.
You see on the camera, Landmark taking a knee, praying for Kenneth.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see him moving much. Coach Blunt's giving the thumbs up. I didn't see a hit. There was some scrambling in there, and I know Kenneth Terry came down on the line. Got Dr. McMath went out there, and the coaches are all around.
Christian Heritage huddled up, praying for Kenneth as well.
Okay, if you're listening from home, we did have an injury timeout. That's why you're seeing the screen the way it is. Kenny Terry went down on the last play. What we've been hearing is that he was knocked unconscious for a brief period of time, and as precaution, they're putting a neck brace on the backboard, and they're going to take him to the hospital. Dr. McMath has been there, and he's been taking care of him. Ms. Dobbs has done a great job, Cameron, getting us updates. He said his dad said he is talking and wants to go back in the game, but the paramedics have to check him out first. They're going to take him to the hospital, of course, and clearly he's not going back in the game. But I think it's good that Kenneth is awake. They're not letting him move right now because his neck is sore, and as we all know, we're going to take every precaution possible to stabilize the neck, make sure there's no spinal injuries, and then, of course, with a concussion, there's a whole protocol that goes with that now in sports. But I will say this, the stands are, as quiet as I've ever heard anything. You wouldn't know there was a person here. The officials have prayed, the coaches have prayed, both teams have prayed for Kenneth. So they were just working on getting him on the board. We just wanted to give you an update. All right, we're back at play after probably a 15-minute injury timeout, and Kenneth Terry gave us a thumbs up, so he's going to go, and Kenny Terry, I keep saying.
He's going to get checked out, and our prayers are with him, and I'm sure he's going to make a full recovery. It's kind of hard here as players step back in. It's a critical time in the game, minute 40 left, as Christian Heritage tries to pull back within one score. Quick throw to Porter, and he's dropped quick by number 9, Brandon Stone.
Great
Clock
hit.
Continuing to run.
Brandon's been doing a great job tonight on letting them catch underneath and then really taking them down.
But you got to think that they need to run some routes more towards the sideline.
Yeah.
They're just eating up the clock there.
Yeah, I think you'd be doing some down and outs, and either it's incomplete or you you go out of bounds.
They had good success with a smash earlier, and they haven't run it again.
Look at Drew Anderson chase him out of the pocket. Could be quarterback. Drew Anderson, he was humping it.
Throws it down, and fourth down. 6 yards to go, minute 1 left. Another key play here. They've been the Lions of Christian Heritage have been converting down this drive. Big plays and coming up with it. But slowly eating up what little clock they have left.
Yeah, they had some momentum going into this too, and then with the injury timeout, it really settled things down for both teams. Big play here. This is the play of the game.
This is the play.
Unfortunately, we checked our ice cream during the break, and we don't have any. We have cones with slop in them. Uh-oh. Wow.
Well, he's been making the plays for him all game, and he's just a yard short this time as Landmark's going to get the ball. 53 seconds left.
I think you go the victory.
We're 2 knees away from winning our first game of the season, starting the season 1-0.
34-22. It's been a tight one. We've shown some jitters on our defense, trying to figure out how to go after that. I think who we play, Lithia Springs next week. They're going to obviously see this film and go, okay, we got to change up some sets and keep them off balance. That's probably the best way to attack our defense is just change it up on us a lot because it'll be complicated for them. Lofton's back there in the safety position just in case something goes wrong.
Stockton there to take a knee. There's one. There's going to be one more after that. Should only be one more after that, and Landmark will have a victory.
If I was Danny Don Meredith, I could sing. Turn out the lights, the party's over. But I'm not Danny Don Meredith, and I can't sing.
Yeah. No,
Camden has all the ability to sing in our family.
And, yes. Don Meredith is the one that recently passed away, right?
Frank Gifford.
Frank Gifford. Okay. Kathy Lee's husband.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if Danny Don's still around. If he is, he's got a nice tan because he always had a good tan going. I think that's it. 20 seconds to go, and they're going to call
the ball again. We're going to shake hands at midfield.
Say a prayer
for Kenny Terry.
And a hard-fought victory for Landmark tonight. It wasn't easy. And it wasn't until about halfway through the fourth was it even getting kind of certain.
It was much more of a fight than it was last season.
Well, we're going to see if Cameron can pull off what she did last game and get us perfect coverage of the after-game speech that Coach Brantley gives. So you at home get the treat of hearing that. I'm sure the team's going to get together and pray first, and then you get to hear Coach Brantley and the coaches tell them what they thought of the game. Give us a thumbs up, Cameron. You think you can do it? Oh, yeah, she can do it. She's tall. She puts that arm up, and we get great reception.
Yes.
Christian Heritage next home game will be September 4th here at Lions Stadium. 7:30 kickoff versus Model High.
So next Friday night we have Lithia Springs. I'm trying to think what the score was last year at Lithia Springs. Remember that one?
I'm
have to look it up.
Score.
I'll have to look it up.
It was not close.
I'll have to do my research.
And we'll see you next Friday.
Well, we're getting some text in. Maybe we're buffering a little, but we did have about a 10 to 15-minute injury timeout with Kenny Terry. We did get him on the backboard and into the ambulance. It hasn't left yet, so I'm not thinking it's as serious as we thought. I mean, I know it's serious, but I think they're maybe waiting for his parents to get with him so they can go get him checked out of the hospital, which is tough because here you are 2.5 hours away from home, probably going to have an overnight stay. And hopefully Cameron Dobbs, she's in there somewhere. She's going to get us a live mic and we can hear what's going on. Turn it over to you, Cameron.
Who knows, man? We might be talking getting in the playoffs. You never know, man. It's two good football teams. We're going to pray here in a minute. We're going to pray for Kenny. All right? We're going to pray for all of them. Remember, man, football is just a game, right? We got to live our life right. It could be just like that. Something happens. All right? Kenny's going to be fine this year. But live your life right. You play the game right. I saw two good physical football. Okay? Let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. And thank you for the game of football. Be with Kenny as he's on his way to the hospital and bless him. Be with his parents and comfort them. And be with the doctors that look at him and let him get back on his feet very soon. Be with Landmark as they go back and let them have safe travel. Again, thank you for all you do for us, and we love you, and thank you for every breath we take because we never know it might be our last. So guide us, and let's be the people you want us to be. In your name we pray. Amen.
It's a great prayer by Coach Pogue. You know, it's just a football game.
Yes.
Your life can end that quick, and I thought it was real appropriate. He said, hey, you never know, we might see you in the playoffs.
Yes, we could.
Well, I'll see if Cameron can get over here, and we're going to have our Coach Brantley talk to the players. I'd like to hear what he has to say, especially last time we heard him was at halftime when he said we're playing like a bunch of middle schoolers.
Middle schoolers in their first game.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Hey, listen, we knew this would be a really tough game, and it was. They got a really good team. They're much improved over last year, and that was a good dogfight right there. And I'm real proud of y'all for fighting and staying with it the whole game. You know, the game kind of went back and forth, back and forth. We had a lot of obstacles we had to overcome throughout the game, and that was really, really important. It's probably a little bit of an ugly game, but you got to win some ugly games along the way, okay? So that was a good job of getting that one. There's a lot of things we need to work on, a lot of things we need to get better on, and we're going to work on that next week, okay? All right, Monday we'll be in full pads. Sunday at 2:30 we'll run, and we'll flex and roll out and all that kind of stuff. Make sure you get 2 miles in on Saturday and 2 miles on Sunday. You can come up and do that with us on Sunday at 2:30, okay? All right, great job tonight, man. I'm really, really proud of you. Just make sure you pray for Kenny. Listen, he's okay. He's okay, but make sure you keep him in your prayers, okay? Keep him in your prayers. I'm real proud of you guys. It's a great fight tonight. Okay, great fight. Let's pray for Kenny real quick. Let's break it down. If I touch somebody. Lord, we praise you. Thank you so much for this night, Lord. We praise you. Thank you for Kenny. Lord, we pray for Kenny, Lord, and his family. I pray that you'll just comfort him tonight, Lord. And I pray that you'll just heal him and take care of him, Lord. Lord, we just love him, and Lord, we pray that you just protect him and get him back out with us as soon as possible, Lord, in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, good job tonight. Al Hogan, break us down.
Yeah! Go out. Good this week. Good week this week. Have a good one next week, right? So work on three. Work on three. 1, 2, 3. Work!
Well, see if Cameron get a little after game with Coach Brantley. He's pretty good about being interviewed lately, which is nice to hear.
Hey, Coach Brantley, congrats on the win tonight. I know it was a little rough here and there, and we're definitely very sorry about Kenny. But like everyone's saying, you know, we know he'll be okay, and we're all praying for him. Now, on the game tonight, what really stood out to you as in performance?
Well, you know, we played really hard. I thought we played really, really hard. It was ugly at times. We had a couple of turnovers. And, you know, we definitely got some things we have to correct and get better on. But I thought we, you know, as far as effort, we played really, really hard. And so I'm real proud of our guys for that. You know, and you got to win. When games are ugly, you got to be able to find a way to win them. And so I thought our guys did a really good job of that, of finding a way to, you know, pull the game out and win. And we knew they would be much improved over last year. And we knew it would be a really, really tough game. And so I'm glad our guys respond to that. But there are a few things we need to work on and get better, and we'll do that next week. We'll get to work on those.
And having Lithia Springs next week, a big 5A school, what are you working on specifically for them?
Yeah. Well, we got to cut down on our mistakes. You know, got to make sure that we fix some of the things that we didn't do right. You know, I thought we started the game and we had some guys that just, you know, maybe the moment, you know, maybe they're being the first game of the season, maybe was a little too big. So hopefully that'll settle us down a little bit now that we got a game under our belt. And you know, normally teams make the most improvement from game 1 to game 2. And so, you know, we just need to make sure that we really study the film and really work hard next week on some things and get better. But as far as, you know, effort and toughness and all that, our kids did a great job. Like I said, we just got to fine-tune some things and that type of thing. We got to not turn the ball over. Those 2 turnovers really could have hurt us. So we've got to get better in that area.
Well, thank you, Coach. Congrats again, and we'll be praying for Kenny, and we wish you the best next week.
Okay, thank you, Cameron.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cameron. That was a great job tonight. You got us the scoop all night long on the injuries, on what was happening with the players, on Tidwell, everything. So you've done a great job. I want to say thank you to the camera crew tonight. It was probably a lot hotter up there than it was in here. Maybe not, but it was hot everywhere. They were in the sun. They did a great job. And I just want to thank you, my partner, Rain Man, for keeping us on track and making sure I don't say stupid stuff. But I usually do, but you don't.
Well, I failed to keep you off track of the Douglasville. We'll
Yeah,
see if they're
I did
waiting
step
for
in
you
the
as you hit the
Douglasville thing.
I-20 mark. But it was a great night. Coach Brantley made a good point. We are improving. We improved from last week. One of the big things I really saw this week is we came in this game and we were playing slow like we did last week. And we picked up our tempo, we picked up the speed of our game as the game went on. And that can just continue to improve during the season. We got great things ahead of us.
Right. Yeah, and we do need to do some improvement, but every time you get a win under your belt, it's another win. And I think one of the big things is, like Coach Bell said, there's a lot of guys trying to figure out this defense right now, and I think they have.
Yes.
You know, they get it. They're starting to understand it. And, yeah, you do have to win some ugly ones. Any win you get is a win, and
Yes.
We'll take this one tonight. I want to thank our fans for hanging in there with us tonight with the buffering and everything else, also with the injury delay near the end of the game. Miss Haney, we have some ice cream. We're going to try to eat it. It's nasty and gross, but I know you got something good. Happy anniversary at Callaway Gardens. Thank you for all of our fans who called in. Maybe Alcatraz will be with us next week at Lithia Springs, but if not, Friday night, 7:30, we'd love to see you there. I'm Chuck Cusmano.
I'm Dennis Wilson.
Have a good night.
Good night.